Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Ready? Okay, here we go. Good evening and a good afternoon to everybody out there in the world. Welcome to the Battlefield Show Endgame Part 2. Yes, we've done a Part 1 already, and that was wild. So wild that I ended up doing another one. So welcome on in, everybody. I'm your host, JulianJanganoo, and I got some amazing guests from around the world and the Battlefield community. So let's meet them all. Let's start off with a newcomer to the Battlefield Show, Lieutenant Buzz Lightbeer. Hello, sir. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hello. Well, unfortunately, that's not my name up there, Julian, but that's okay.
Lieutenant Buzz Lightbeer.
Lite, my man.
Oh,
Lite.
right.
Oh,
I'll do
God.
that. I'm
Bad
a
introduction
terrible
to the show.
host.
It's okay.
Just a terrible host.
Yeah, no, you're fine. Happens all the time. Longtime Battlefield maniac here. Started with 1942 when it came out. I think it was 2002, and I've played every installment in the series. Actually started out my channel, I think, YouTube channel back in 2014, posting live comms for
Yeah.
Battlefield 4. So really thrilled to be here. Yeah, let's talk some Battlefield.
Hell yeah. It's good to meet you, man. Thank you so much for coming on to the show. I
Thank you for the
appreciate it. I
invite.
love your YouTube videos and whatnot. You're very passionate about the Battlefield community. So this is going
I
to be a
am.
great talk, and I'm glad you're here. Okay,
Thank you.
Mr. Chicken AU, I had to flip your camera for you, so
Yeah, I'm
how's
pretty sure
things
everyone already
going?
knows me. It's going all right. I think most of the people like that watch Battlefield kind of know who I am now. But yeah, Chicken AU, Gold Coast, Australia, long time Battlefield quitter, 2042 non-enjoyer.
Yeah,
Um,
well, you know.
yeah, let's talk Battlefield and talk how bad it is.
Hell yeah, we'll see. All right, and upcoming next here is Focus.
Hey.
How you doing, man? Welcome to the show.
Been playing since Battlefield 2 off and on, but I kind of started grinding in BF4. Mostly known for flying helis, but I've played infantry and helis at the highest level. Excited to be here.
Good to have you, Focus. Thanks for coming in. And also another newcomer to the show, Mike Numbers. Hello.
Hello.
Good to see
Hi.
you.
Yes, likewise. Thank you for having me. It's a true honor to be here on this great stage of the Battlefield show. A lot of big names have been up here. Yeah, most people know me from probably actually Twitch chats. I've
Yeah.
known for being mod in a lot of chats. I'm actually mod in Focus and Smurfs and Gender streams as well, and I'm in also a lot of Discord. So I've been really committed to helping grow the Battlefield scene, competitive wise and overall. So I'm happy to be here, and I'm ready to talk some Battlefield.
Hell yeah, dude. Welcome again. Thanks for being on, man. This is the first time I ever seen you or heard you, really. So this is really cool. All right.
Sure.
Another amazing OC Battlefield player, Mr. Silk. We tried to get you on the other show. We couldn't make it. So I'm glad you're able to join this one. Welcome, Silk. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Thank you. Yeah, so similar to Focus, I kind of started grinding hard in BF4, started actually playing in BF3, and kind of locked myself into the algorithm in Battlefield 5. And a few years later, now we're here just talking shit about what's happened to the franchise that I think a lot of us used to love.
Yeah, for sure. We're going to get pretty in depth into it. Thank you again, Silk, for coming on in. OG Smurf, man, I've always wanted you on the show for quite a bit. And, you know, I was going to do this weekly, and I was definitely going to have you on here pretty soon. A passionate gamer and love Battlefield. And now look where we're at now. Not looking so good for the franchise, but it's good to have you, and we'll be talking all about it. Tell us a little bit about yourself, man.
Yeah, so I'm OG Smurf. You guys probably know me from Twitter, funny enough. It's probably where I'm most active nowadays.
Yeah.
And I started playing Battlefield with, 2142, I think is the first one, but then kind of switched over to console for a few years and with BF3, BF4, and then we made our way over to PC with Battlefield 1 was my first. And yeah, kind of just ridden it out from there. So
cool, man.
Yeah, glad to be here.
Yeah, good to have you. Thank you so much. King Downing, I recently just met you, my man, and you are an amazing player, and you are so passionate about this game. How many hours have you put into 2042 already?
Oh man, you really got to start off with that. Let's just say it's between 900 and 1,000.
Yeah, baby.
We're not gonna put an exact number on it, but too many.
Well, tell us a little bit about yourself, man.
Yeah, thank you, Julian, bro. It's honestly an honor to be here. My name is King Downing, Spencer, aka King Downing. I've been playing Battlefield since 2016. Wasn't really a big gamer before that. Recently got into it. Well, I guess got into it back in 16 and just fell in love with the Battlefield community. I remember watching a lot of people here and a lot of people that stream the game still to this day, and just got to know so many cool people in the community. Picked up PC, I guess, in 2020, and then started playing Battlefield on PC towards fall of 2020. So been just a little bit over a year. Started with BF4, got into BF1 a little bit. Look up to so many people in this call and in the community, and it's an honor to be here. Thank you for having me, brother.
No problem. Welcome, King, to the Battlefield show.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Okay. It's gonna be crazy. We're gonna start off here pretty soon. Some crazy topics, but welcome back to the show, Junda. So good to see you, man. Your hair is just as long as mine. Goddamn.
Yes. I am definitely growing it out, but
me too.
Let me just say how honored I am to be here with the Battlefield community in this dying time. Even though I'm gonna take everybody to Cheesecake Factory when we get a chance. Listen, settle down. You guys are so fucking amazing. Like, I spent almost 5 years being around these amazing streamers and content creators, and like I have no other desire to go anywhere else. This is my home, and being on the Battlefield, it's just a glorious time. And I gotta say, transitioning from Xbox, 20 years by the way on console, and I've only been on PC for 2 years with some of the best infantry play I've seen thus far. I just couldn't be more proud of myself for like making that transition. So I mean, big thanks to Enders for making me, and all the PC players for helping me come to PC. But I just don't know what else to say. Like, I'm so blessed to be here, and thank you, Julian, once again, man.
Yeah, you've been getting really good at that mouse and keyboard. You picked that up pretty quick. Yeah, excellent player. And you joined a team, right? Competitive team?
Nope, I am not on a team.
Not on a team? You play with some pretty high level people, that's for sure.
Yeah, I just love focusing on like bettering myself all around,
Good. Well, good to have you, Junda, and welcome back to the show. Also, newcomer to the Battlefield show, man, the frugal streamer himself, Mr. Punisher. How are you doing? It's an honor, actually, to have you on the program. Always wanted to talk with you. How are you? And let people know a little bit more about yourself.
Sure. So, I go by Pun. I'm a PC Battlefield player for, since I got my feet wet in Battlefield 2, really grinded it in Battlefield 3. Yeah. And I've been basically playing, Battlefield on PC ever since. But probably more people know me for my tutorials for live streaming for Battlefield players more than me playing Battlefield nowadays. And amongst all you guys, I'm definitely the oldest of the bunch. And I don't have the skill that I used to have, and I don't get to play as often as I want to, but I still enjoy it when I can. And and even with 2042, I still try to find as much fun as I can, despite all the pain that it causes. And but yeah, I just appreciate the opportunity to come here and be able to discuss 2042 and what we think its future holds for us.
Yeah.
So I appreciate it.
No problem. Welcome to the show. And, I'm JulianJanganoo. Hey, all I do is stream Battlefield and, play some other games here, variety and whatnot lately since, Battlefield 5, stopped doing content. I basically gave it up. I was like, there's nothing else for me. And I had done this in the past and whatnot, but I wasn't streaming. So it felt kind of awkward and weird. Started doing variety streaming, and 2042 came out. I was all in, baby. Let's go, right? Here we are again. It's kind of in the same thing. Like, people are not liking it. There's a lot of bad press around it. And now I'm just kind of sitting here. I want to do Battlefield show. I want to do it a lot. like every week. And it surprises me so much that I can even do it right now. 2 weeks in a row with these amazing people. It's been amazing. And thank you for those gifted subs, guys. And I appreciate it. So let's get started. This is Endgame Part 2. Yes. I don't know how many parts of this we're going to have. The last show, I thought that was it. I was like, let's just get it over with kind of thing. And then we'll come back later when they have more content. But there's so many people out there that want to have their voice heard about this game. And I was like, let's just keep going. Let's just see. We can do a part 3, part 4. Let's just get everyone on the show and see what they say about it, you know? And then maybe people at DICE and EA can wake up and, you know, fix the game, you know? Anyway, so the first topic we're going to talk about is, do you, like in the last show, do you see yourself as an Avenger of the series, or more of like a spectator waiting for it to do something, or are you kind of neither? I guess we'll start with Pun here. How do you see yourself amongst the Battlefield community and playing this game?
Well, I think right now I see myself more of a spectator than I do as an Avenger. I'm kind of a wait and see because I mean it's not really something that I can log into and within an I just don't have fun. After about a half hour, I'm just already shutting the game off. So I'm a wait and see. I'm kind of hoping that they turn it around. I'm trying to be optimistic as I can, but I definitely don't have the enjoyment that I can say that I want to sit there and fight for the game like I used to.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, I get that a lot. A lot of people seem to, in the past, definitely wanted to give a lot more feedback and to see themselves as an Avenger type, to where they're gonna fight as much as possible to give as much feedback as possible to make the game as good as it can be. So I get that a lot, actually. So thanks, Pun. Junda, what about you? You gonna try to save this game?
I don't even know what to say, Julian. I've been trying to focus on that for the main part because as a Battlefield content creator, I got to keep doing it. It's just a really big struggle for me because in the end, I know that wherever I go, people are going to be right behind me. But like as a Battlefield like diehard, it's just very frustrating in this time. I mean, especially for everyone. And I'm just like trying to keep that knowledge and resources in my head that well, whatever happens, I'm sure I'll be fine. However, right now, as I speak, like there's a bunch of people I even play with in chat that just make my experience on playing 2042 so much better. And like the game right now, it's not enjoyable. I'm sorry, it's not. And you can bash me, you can do whatever you want, but like when you have people that just like make your day so much better by playing the game, it's such a different experience.
Oh yeah, it's huge. I notice it right away when I hop in and nobody's there. It's like dead quiet, bro. That's when it really like, what am I doing? You know, it's tough for me myself. It's tough to play by yourself this game. So I hear you, Junda. Thank you for that response. King Downing, are you an Avenger type?
Yeah, I'd say it's
time.
kind of like a feverish nightmare, if you ask me. I mean, you want the game to be so good, but Junda's right. I mean, when you have people to play with, it makes the game much better. But we need to start seeing some action at this point. It's kind of hard to pick which side to be on. You know, you feel like, well, maybe you can help push the game a little bit further, and then you sit back and you just kind of feel like helpless at a certain point. You're like, well, like how much can I actually do? So it's kind of a feverish nightmare. It's a fever dream. You know, it's just like stuck in the middle of what exactly do you do, right? So I keep playing, I keep pushing, but you know, it's tough. We need to start seeing some major shifts with the game, more communication.
Yeah,
it's gonna be important.
I hear you. I hear you. Well, you know, that's cool. I mean, that you're keeping up with the game and everything. And so, but you see yourself kind of more of a spectator, right?
Yeah.
Just kind of waiting for something to happen.
I would say so. Yes. Yeah.
Okay. I hear you. All right, OG Smurf. You more of an Avenger type?
I would say I'm more neither, but
Neither.
I'm more on the spectator side of things. So like Battlefield is a game that has a very unique experience compared to other FPS games. And I think that's why a lot of people play Battlefield is for those type of moments and experiences. Obviously I like Battlefield has been like my main game for years at this point, and I'd love for the game to be, you know, good and playable actually. But right now it's just not. So I'm kind of just sitting back and more on the spectator side of things right now. But if the game was in a good spot, then I'd probably be playing it a lot more. As of now, I'm only playing it like every time I stream, and other than that, I'm not really touching the game at all. So
yeah, yeah,
yep.
Right. And we're gonna have to wait even longer now for some kind of content, and that makes me really sad. But looks like things might be turning around. We'll be talking about that here when we come to the season 1 section of the talk. We'll see. We'll see. Mr. Silk,
Right.
are you gonna save us all from this, or what do you think you can do?
To me, this question is like, it's totally a matter of perspective. So from Battlefield's perspective, I think I'm honestly more of a villain at this point. I'm actively trying to expose DICE for the retarded shit that they've done time and time again. You know, taking some of the blame away from EA at this point, because I don't think it's on them completely. I think it's almost entirely on DICE, and you almost have to feel sorry for EA at this point. But like, yeah, if you're from the perspective of the community, then yeah, I'd say I'm more of a Avenger, because I think I'm doing what's right for the community. But from Battlefield's perspective, villain, 100%.
Whoa, okay, look out, Dice. Mike.
This next video is going to be good.
Oh, baby. All right, well, Mike, what do you think?
Yeah, I love the way Silk put it with the, you know, I definitely want to try to expose DICE for everything, but at the same time, it's honestly all in good heart, because I am, you know, in the past, like, I have been a really big Avenger, I think, for this game, and I think I still want to be as well. You know, I've hosted competitive community games a lot, and you know, I'm a staff member on TMG, and I've organized a lot of competitive stuff as well. I want the competitive scene to grow a lot in Battlefield. I don't see that happening though with, you know, 2042 and just how downhill this franchise has gone. It's just unfortunate, but I definitely would still say I'm an adventure regardless.
That's good. I mean, that's a good answer right there. Again, it's just we have to wait, which you know, there's just so much the community can do, you know. So we'll see how it goes, and we'll talk more about this as the topic comes up. Mr. Focus, you gonna save us?
I definitely love to say I could save the series. I mean, I'm surrounded by and I have connections to some of the best players in the game. I mean, you look in the chat and you have, you know, half of the community that's played competitive at the highest level, and we'd love to, you know, play a game that was polished, and we pretty much know everything that needs to happen for the game to play well and the way that we want it to. But we feel helpless. Like, I feel like you really just feel like a spectator, no matter who you are. Unless you're some kind of developer, you really just have no say in anything, and it sucks.
Yeah, I'm really curious what developers. I really wanted to get some developers on the show, but they got to work. Not a good time. Usually, the best time to get developers on like programs like this is when they're on a high note. You know, like as if Battlefield 5 Pacific was just released. Like that would be like the perfect time to get a developer on. But I wonder what they think about this question, really. You know, if they are an Avenger or a spectator, because even working on the game, you know, there's only so much you can do.
Right.
You know. So I hear you. Chicken, what are you thinking?
I think I started off as an Avenger. Like I was the whole, you know, kind of on the defense side of things. To begin with. Then we all played the beta, and I was still kind of defending, and then the more I played it, the more I hated it, and the more I got more upfront with it, and then yeah, started hating it, then started voicing my opinion on it, and then started voicing my opinion on who's developing it and who's making decisions on it. And now it seemed like nobody really cared. Everybody still just hated regardless. So my voice was just like hidden between everyone else's. So I think I've just gone more into the spectator view at the moment, just sitting back, waiting for something to happen. But even in the back of my head, I know whatever they do right now is probably not going to fix the game. So I'll probably just sit back as a spectator until they bring out Battlefield Mobile.
I gotcha. And Buzz, what are you thinking?
I think at this point I'm Thanos.
Oh,
Yes, sir.
I just want to be able to snap my finger and make it all disappear.
Yeah.
Liquidated.
Yeah.
Liquidated.
This, I mean, I took it personal. I don't think anyone in chat can say that they didn't take it personal, but I took it really personal from what we got in that beta, which was janky AF, to what then launched, and then you know, through my content and through my digging and my research and questioning people on and off the record and stuff, kind of finding. I mean, it was actually intended to be a lot worse than what it came out as. So I just wish I could snap my fingers and make Battlefield 2042 just disappear and start over.
And yeah, maybe there's some people on the development team or production team thinking the same thing. I don't think that's far-fetched. I think a lot of people just want to start over. And they just might, especially with this new studio coming up, or, you know, the reins might be, you know, given to somebody else. Shoot, I mean, DICE isn't doing Star Wars games anymore. You guys hear about that?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, there's a move to something else. I mean, that's kind of embarrassing, right? Or like FPS games in general is usually, you know, DICE is their kind of go-to with the Frostbite engine. So anyway, we'll get to that. But, you know, that's pretty somber, yeah, but let's pick it up a notch. We're going to play a game. We're going to do the second ever Battlefield trivia. And we're going to split up the teams. You guys are ready for... None of you are ready for this.
Give me Downing.
No.
900 hours, I'm taking
Here... Oh, man. Well, here are the teams, ladies and gentlemen. Team number 1, and you can have your own team name, so start thinking about it if you wish. Team 1 will be OG Smurf, teamed up with Mike and Junda. There you go. That's team number 1.
Hey.
Mike, Smurf, and Junda. Do you guys have a name, or should I come back to you later?
Come back to us later.
Okay. The anticipation.
Yeah, we got DMs.
Team number 2 is TFS Pun, Lieutenant Buzz Lightbeer, and King Downing. And that leaves team number 3.
Bro, that doesn't make any sense. You got like the 2 oldest dudes and then the one with the most hours in it. They have like all the knowledge.
Oh, no. Team number 3 is Chicken, Silk, and Focused.
Come on now.
Oh, man.
That's it, Chase.
Pretty stacked. Okay, here we go. So the first round, it's quite simple. There's 3 categories, and each category has 3 values: 5 XP, 10 XP, and 25 XP. Last time, in the last show, was 20. So now we're bumping it up a little bit. So we're going to start with team 1 here, and you're going to choose a captain. And this captain can only answer this. So you're going to have to pick and choose wisely your captain to answer these 3 questions in the first round each. Okay? So team 1, discuss amongst yourselves who's going to be your captain.
Smurf.
No.
It's definitely Junda. It's definitely Junda.
Oh, okay.
No way.
Listen,
No
I
way.
started playing
No
Battlefield since 2014, so...
Hey, but you got the most experience in this game.
Okay, are we talking about...
This game you're playing.
All right, well...
You're the captain.
It's 2042 century.
Okay.
Also, I think we got the team name too.
Okay, what's your team name?
Team Cheesecake.
Cheesecake.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's
Beautiful.
a good one.
Okay, and team number 2, who is your captain? Between Pun, Buzz, and Downey.
I'm saying King.
Yep, I'm going there too.
Okay.
1,000 hours.
Yeah,
got the
you
game
might know.
memorized.
You might know something. So, team name?
I'll take it. Team or us the devs? Question mark?
Oh no, you can't do that.
Team ATD.
Jesus. Team arrest the devs. How about Team Tryhard maybe? Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll go with that one.
Okay, fine.
Team tryhard. Let's do it.
Jesus. Man, we're getting dark. Okay, Chicken, Silk, Mr. Focus. Who's the leader?
We're team Liquidate.
Liquidate.
Firstly,
Okay, got
team
it.
Liquidate dice, but just Liquidate for short. I don't care who's captain.
Really
to be honest.
don't care who's captain.
Sounds like esports.
Do we do rock, paper,
Silk.
scissors? All right.
Over the camera.
Go for it.
Ready?
Go Silk and
All right,
Chicken.
Wait, how the fuck are we
shoot?
gonna do this?
On
What if it's a
shoot?
tie?
Oh god.
Are we just gonna say it? Are we?
Yeah. No, you
Somebody else.
can
Go
see on the
Silk.
camera. Someone can see because we both have cameras.
Okay, yeah, sweet. All right, on shoot. You go.
Yeah. All right. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Oh no.
Oh, it's a draw.
It's a
Okay, here we go.
draw.
All right, ready?
Go again.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. I don't see
Oh.
the results. It's lagged.
Yeah, it's lagging on me.
it's
No.
lagging.
Oh no.
Twitch.
Yeah.
Is it a tie again?
Oh god, yeah, it's lagging
Did you have
pretty bad
paper?
on my end.
Yeah, I went paper, bro.
I went rock.
Oh
I went rock.
no.
Alright.
Dude, my internet's
Yeah.
so
No.
shit over here. God damn it. I have like upload speed problems in the
Legendary
area.
moment.
Yeah, I know, right when we're picking. So wait, so who
It's
was
so
gonna be?
laggy. Oh, I had
Chicken or-
rocky at paper, so chicken.
Chicken? Okay.
What
Okay.
about Focus? Why doesn't he be leader?
Oh
Because
god.
I don't wanna.
I don't wanna. All right then.
No.
Comcast, yeah. Okay.
Hey, what are
Chicken.
you vaping on over there?
That
Oh, what
2042
do we
pack.
got?
2042 pack.
Pack.
Bozo, dude.
American ISP
Pretty
moment.
fucking
Yes,
relaxed,
please.
bro.
Appleberry ice, baby. Nothing but the best.
Okay, well, it looks like it's going okay now. Yeah, somewhat. It looks good. Okay, good. It looks like we're back. All right, so if you guys missed that, Chicken's gonna be the team leader here for Team Liquidate. So let's get this started. If you guys want to refresh, you totally can. Yeah, refresh if you need to keep up with everything. But okay, let's start with team number 1. You had 3 categories. Here are the categories for everyone to hear. Category number 1 we're bringing back is specialists. That'll be number 1. Number 2 is vehicles. Anything surrounding vehicles. There you go. And the third category is, of course, potent potables, which is kind of like random. So, team number 1, Junda. And only you can answer this, Junda. Nobody else on your team. And try not to look on chat, but yeah, I can't stop you, really. So choose a category: specialist, vehicles, or potent potables.
Let's do specialist for 9,000.
Okay, so specialist for, I guess, the highest amount, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, pretty
25 XP. This is a tough one. You guys got to be a little wise here on these because they're going to get pretty hard. Okay, here's your question, Junda. What crime syndicate did Sundance belong to?
Okay, dude.
Oh shit. Oh. It was actually part of the, I think I read this. Was it the French or like some type of like undercover French agency?
No. Not at all. Okay, you got that wrong. Sorry, team 1, man. Hey, you gotta be wise in choosing these. These are hard. The answer was Parisian.
Oh jeez.
The Parisian crime syndicate.
Yeah.
I knew that.
Did anybody else know that?
That was easy work, bro.
Yeah.
Did you guys know that? Hey, they gave me shit last time on the other shows. Like, oh, they're too easy. All right, I don't fuck around here. Now.
Dude, who knows that? Who knows that, dude?
All right, we're good.
Parisian, as in Paris, as in French? I don't know. Right? I don't know. Like,
God damn.
Like
I
the
think
TikTok
you got it right.
special forces or
Maybe.
some shit.
maybe
Should've
the
said
lore, right?
Cheesecake Factory.
Yeah. Okay, so no points awarded to team number 1. We're gonna move on to
Holy
team number
shit.
2 with King Downing. King Downing, you are the team leader, so only you can answer these questions. So pick a category here: specials, vehicles, or potent potables.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with vehicles, given that last question.
Okay, and
I'm gonna
5
play it safe.
XP, 10 XP, or 25.
Let's go right down the middle for 10 XP.
Okay. What is the name of the boat on the launch screen? I'm surprised you didn't say it right away. Wow, okay.
The Destroyer.
Is that your final answer? The name of it, the name of the boat.
The name of the boat? Oh God.
Launch the game. Launch the game.
Quick,
Launch the
quick,
game.
the icon. Yeah,
Holy
the
shit.
Destroyer. That's gonna be my final answer.
That is also incorrect.
It's
Ah!
The Exodus.
It is
right?
the Exodus.
Yeah,
That is the
Oh
Exodus.
my God.
Surprised you didn't know that one.
Yeah. Okay, well, tough luck,
And
team
not
2.
type of boat. Name of boat.
Team Tryhard, man. Blew it. Okay, team 3. All right, Chicken,
up.
you're the
What do
team
I
leader
use?
here. Choose wisely, Chicken.
Yeah, we're gonna go. I got 2 vehicle mains, bro. We're going vehicles.
Okay, vehicles. For how much? 5, 10, or 25?
Oh fuck. Let me just think this over my
These are
conscience.
hard, dude.
We'll go 10.
10, okay. Vehicles. Oh my god, you hit a daily double.
Yo.
You hit a day. So if
wow.
you get this correct, you will get 20 points or 20 XP instead of
Easy
10.
Rigged.
Okay, here we go. How many vehicles are in the Battlefield 3 portal? Is that
I
too-
know the answer to this.
Is it?
Just thinking it over with my
Now,
conscience. real
only
quick.
Chicken can answer this, so that's why you had to choose, you know?
Man, just waiting for an answer in chat.
No.
Yeah.
I'm thinking it, bro. I'm thinking it. Trust me. I just,
Count it out. BF3 vehicles. How many did they add?
But you want to know what's funny? I didn't even play the portal for BF3.
Oh no.
I haven't touched it, bro. That's why I gotta speak to my conscience about it real quick.
Sometimes a
conscious
wild
better
guess can
answer
help,
this.
you know? And make sure you have final answer too. Place in
Okay,
the
I'm gonna take a wild guess here. There's 2 jets. There's
Okay.
2 scouts.
Okay.
There's 2 AHs. There's 2 tanks. There's 2 jeeps. There should be 2 transports. And there's 2 IFEs, if I'm right.
So we got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 that you mentioned.
14. We're gonna go with 14.
14, final answer? Chicken?
Yeah, final answer 14.
That is incorrect. Oh no, so close. It was
Womp womp.
19.
19.
19.
That's a lot of content right there in BF3.
How many
Wow.
on the base game?
Wait. More vehicles than guns in the game? What? Wait.
Wait a
Nice.
second.
Hello?
Yeah, it's crazy, right? There's 19. So no points for anybody on that. Oh my god. Okay, we're back to
Back in
team
it, baby.
back to team 1. It is a tie game here on the second
Ball game.
ever Battlefield trivia on the Battlefield show. Okay, Mr. Junda, pick your category.
What was the other one?
So specialist vehicles and potent potables is kind of like
Yeah,
random.
the potent potables. Let's do that.
Okay, and which value?
Let's do medium, like 15.
To 10 XP, medium?
Yeah.
Okay, 1 second. Gotta
Should
make
have
sure.
gone like 5 just to get points on the board.
Yeah,
Nobody got any last
Like-
time.
This is
This-
crazy. I was expecting
Let's see.
these curveball questions. Like,
What is actually happening on the orbital map? What is happening?
I mean, God.
A launch, a space, like a shuttle launch, a missile
Yeah.
launch.
Correct. 10 XP to team number one.
Yes. Let's go.
Who's taking the lead. That's pretty good. You remember the launch and, you know. Good
We have,
job.
do you have any idea why that launch is happening, though?
Yeah. I thought it was a tornado chase simulator.
Yeah, I was thinking tornado too.
I didn't want.
I notice these things. I like
FPS
notice
drops,
like the map.
There's quite a bit of more detail, yeah, like Mike said. But I didn't want to. I mean, that would have been like a 50-point question, right? That'd be crazy. But yeah, it's basically, you know, the Russians denied that they are doing anything to stop a launch that's going to happen, an imminent launch for to get a satellite in space to do more spy stuff. So there's a big old battle over there in what was it called? A Guyana or something like that? I don't know. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, French Guyana.
Yeah. Team number 2, King Downing, please choose a category.
All right, we're going specialist for 10K.
10K XP. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me mark this off here. All right. So, which specialist says the end of round phrase spectacular? Spectacular.
Can you repeat the question?
Which specialist says this at the end of round screens? Spectacular.
Oh my.
Should I do an accent maybe?
No, don't.
Oh,
get
yeah.
No.
Oh, chat knows very well. Oh,
Yeah.
good job, chat. Spectacular.
Okay, dude.
900-hour Andy.
Bro.
I know how many
You've
times.
heard the voice line 300
I've literally
times.
heard it so much, it's just phased out of my mind at this point.
Oh my
That's
God.
why this is cheating. Oh
Hey,
my
so,
god.
So Julian, are we able to help?
No, next
captain?
round.
Oh,
Next
oh,
round, you
that's
will.
just him. Okay.
Next round.
Okay, this is all me.
I'm gonna
Okay.
change it up a
I
little
feel
bit.
like
The first
it's either.
two.
I feel like it's either Falk or Sundance.
Okay.
I just can't remember which one it is. Like I know it's one of those two, but I can't. I'm gonna have to go with Falk. That's
Final
my
answer?
final answer. I'm just have to go with Falk.
Correct.
Yeah,
Correct.
okay. Thank
10
God.
XP
Oh my
awarded.
god, I
to
was about to
team
get
number
roasted
2.
into oblivion if I got that one wrong.
I'm impressed.
Holy.
Well done. Well done.
Lucky
that was a
save.
close
Lucky
one.
save. He's reading.
Red chat. Pepe laugh.
That's just the way it goes
Okay,
sometimes.
Dude.
Okay.
Don't be sad.
Mr. Chicken, choose a
Oh,
category.
pain.
You guys need ketchup. Risk it all.
Yeah, look, we'll go 25 with vehicles again.
25 for vehicles. Oh man, trying to take the lead. Okay. Name both jets in 2042.
Yeah. SU-57 felon.
A chicken can only answer this.
So there's an SU-57, and then there's
No.
Don't get it wrong. Don't get it wrong.
You're so
No cheating.
Sorry,
They're already
Sorry, type it in the fucking chat.
So you got
No.
okay. So
F356 Panther. The F-35 Panther.
correct. Whoa. This is.
Yeah,
oh
dude,
my
crazy.
god. How did you know this? Amazing.
Oh, I gotta check my origin. Is he online?
Taking the
Rigged.
lead with that. So the answer was,
Rigged.
yeah, the F-35E Panther and the Su-57 Felon. Well done, Chicken. I'm impressed.
Well done,
Jeez.
man. Didn't know you
Wow.
like jets that much.
I know.
Wow.
Listen,
Club.
Okay,
Easy 1K hours per one.
Holy.
Okay, so what we're gonna do is now you guys can team up. Okay, so now you guys can team up. It's the same category section, and you guys can work it out. So go for it if you think 3 minds together can answer it. So we're gonna start with Junda's team, Cheesecake. What do you got? What category? And you guys can work together now with Mike and Smurf.
Do you guys want to do like the random facts, or you want to do
Sure.
specialists?
I think
There's enough there's enough random stuff in this game anyway. So like,
Yeah, I know. Like,
Yeah.
we should probably know that, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Potent potables. For the
Yeah.
category.
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do that.
Thank you, Gravity, for the raid. Potent potables. Okay. Which? How hard difficulty?
Let's risk it all. Would you say
25?
guys?
All right, let's do that.
Yeah,
Send
let's
it.
go.
Send it. Okay, just for 25 XP and potent potables. Name one of the composers for 2042 soundtrack.
Oh,
I'm out.
Isn't it some like dubstep artist? Or
What are you guys thinking here? Mike, Smurf, Junda,
I
put
got
your
it.
minds
I got
together.
it.
Just one of them. There's two of them.
Holy.
You just gotta pick one of them.
It's not a name I store in my brain. Come on, that's
I
that.
couldn't-
The
dude, I
I
couldn't
know.
name
I
you
seen
one
them.
of the songs like to the soundtrack. I couldn't name you one of those either. Like let alone who posed it.
And then one of them was
whale
an
noises.
Oscar winner. They're an Oscar winner. If that helps.
No.
I got nothing, man. I got nothing.
What are you
Dang.
thinking? So nothing's your final answer?
No, it's
Hey, you risked it all, man.
for
Clearly.
what?
Fucking clearly.
Don't worry, you can come back. We got a couple more
I can
rounds.
see Google and Junda's fucking glasses. What are you doing?
Little easy,
Hey,
that,
dude.
All right, I'll give you 10 more seconds
see
here.
anything.
It's not Black Tiger Sex Machine, is it?
No. No.
Okay. See, that's why I knew it was something like that. I know it's like something
Kid
like that, but I don't
Cudi.
know like the actual name.
Let's steal the points.
I tried.
Okay, so no answer. Okay, no points awarded. It was Hildur Gundottir.
Yeah,
And
that name.
Close. I almost-
I would have taken the first name too. And Sam Slater. Those are the composers for. Okay. Anyway, Team
Nah.
Two.
not be allowed to compose another video game soundtrack, by the way.
Man, choose wisely here. Okay, so you guys can work together on this one, Team Two. Downing, Buzz, and Pun. Which category are you
Which
thinking?
category, gentlemen? What are we thinking?
I think potent potables full
Let's
send.
do it.
Full send,
5,
potent
10, or
potables.
25. Full send? Okay, 25. All right.
Yeah.
All right. What do you got for us, Julian?
Name every throwable in 2042.
Wait, just in the base?
Right.
Just in
Oh, we're
AOW?
talking-
Just in
Could've done that.
2042.
The game in the
Okay.
trash.
All right. So
What do
there's
you got?
smoke grenades, there's
Yeah.
sensor grenades, there's
Yeah.
frag grenades, there's
Yeah.
incendiary grenades, there's EMP grenades.
Correct. That's
You
it.
could
You did it.
consider
Everything.
a C5 grenade? I don't know.
No, it's
Oh
not,
my
not
God. Okay,
throwable.
nice.
You can
Okay,
throw
I
it,
was
yes,
gonna
but it's on the
I
section.
was gonna say you can throw
Wow,
that.
incredible! 25 XP
Oh my
awarded
God.
Nice.
to Team
Hey,
Two.
all those
Rigged.
playtime hours paid off.
That was so easy.
Yeah,
So-
interesting
Hey.
how that was so easy, right?
Yeah, well done. Wow. I don't know what it is, but it's just the luck
Easy.
of the draw, I guess. All right,
Rigged.
Chicken. Maybe you might get the same luck here with your team. Liquidate. What you got? Which
Oh,
category?
we're going for vehicles again with 25 again.
Vehicle mains in and out of the quiz.
And you guys can help along. Silk
Yeah.
and Focus. Here we go. Name 3 equipment slots on the jets. And any
like
of
as
them.
in
Like
as
even
in
the
the
BF
items.
like the equipment slots. There's 2 sets of equipment slots you can select, one each for the jets, and you can do it for any of the jets in BF3, Bad Company, or no, just BF3, right?
Well, there's primary weapon. Like, are you talking about the actual weapon itself, like the options?
Not the
or
primaries.
just-
I'm talking about equipment slots.
Yes, there's 2 for BF3. There's a primary and like there's a countermeasure, and there's also a perk.
So
Is this just BF3?
No, it's all of them. There's equipment slots. There's actually 2 equipment slots on 2042, but you gotta name 3 of them though. There's only 2 in 2042. What are you thinking, guys?
I mean, Silk's fucking jet mania, dude.
No, so
what the
there's,
fuck do you
there's,
mean?
there's private. So you
Not the guns, not the primary guns.
He's talking. Okay,
you're
so
talking
you're
about the countermeasures. You're talking about the
yeah, he's talking
countermeasures.
countermeasures. Yeah.
Well, there's only flares in 2042, and then in BF3 there's flares, belt feeder, and fire extinguisher. So flares, ECM, and fire extinguisher. So I'm guessing that's the answer.
So, okay, they have specific naming there. So the countermeasures is correct.
Yes.
And what were the other ones you said? Belt feeder?
Like the belt feeder, stealth coding, proximity, scanner, all that shit.
Okay. Yeah, I think you named enough there. It's just not the exact setting, but I mean the exact like
Repair
type
system?
name. But okay, there you go. Repair system. So I'll give you the points. I think you guys got
What
it
did you have
here.
written down though?
So this
Yeah,
is directly
actually-
from the game. So there's only 2 equipment slots in the jets. So I'm gonna give you the 25 points there.
Wait, so the answer was 2.
No, you need to have 3 of them. So you need to know one of the Battlefield 3 ones, and I think you got it. So this is what I
Yeah.
have listed here: the missile countermeasures, repair system, IR flares, which is the same thing as the countermeasures.
Flares, yeah.
ECM jammer, extinguisher, which you said
Yes.
extinguisher, prox scan,
Yes.
belt speed.
Yeah, that's the
It should
belt
be
feed.
belt feeder. It's belt feeder from every other Battlefield game. Yeah.
Yeah, they called it belt speed in 2042. Whatever. Okay.
That's probably the in-game like name in the code or something. I think
Yeah,
it's belt
yeah,
feeder in
yeah.
BF3.
That's
Ma-
them reinventing the wheel again.
It's like a placeholder name.
Yeah, maintenance, and then stealth, and then beam scanning.
Oh,
What's
the
beam?
beam
What's
scanner, I
beam?
remember.
What's that?
You got me. I don't know.
Beans? Did you say bean scanner? Like scans the beam?
BEAN
Beam
or beam.
scanner
Beam.
with an M.
Yeah, that. I
M.
swear that's not in BF4. It might be
Wait,
in
what
3.
the
I
fuck
have no
is
fucking idea.
BF3.
What is
BF3. We beaming? Yeah, it's
I'm
wild,
playing
right?
8 hours of
You
jets
beam,
and I have
bro?
no idea what that is.
Well done.
I got the rest of them, I
You
think.
got the right. Yeah, you
But-
got the extinguisher,
Beam
countermeasures.
scanner.
Yeah, beam scanning.
I got stealth coding.
Bizarre,
Beam
right?
scanning in BF3
Sorry,
allows you
I
to
didn't
lock on
understand
at
the
a much
question.
quicker
It
distance.
was confusing for me.
All right, I knew that was a tough one, right? Okay, so now we're gonna go on to round 2. So here are the points so far. Team 1 with Smurf, Mike, and Junda have 10 XP. Okay, Team 2 has 35 XP, and
Googling
team
the
number
teams.
3 has 50 XP.
Whoa.
Easy club.
Oh man. So here we go on to round 2, which is worth 25 XP. So you guys, if you answer this correctly, you can work together on this one, and it's one question, okay? No categories. So, team number 1, are you ready for your first question worth 25 XP?
I hope so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Work this
Sure.
out. Okay, guys, work this out. Smurf, Mike, and Junda. What was promised in season 1 of 2042 for 25 XP?
Oh
Scoreboard?
no, the 4
Uh,
things, the cosmetics, the Mackie
yeah.
skin, basically all
Well-
the skins dedicated to that character specifically, and like a shotgun, and then a
No,
pistol
season
skin.
1. Season 1. Okay, so that
Didn't it change?
what you mentioned there was like a bundle that was just released. Is that what you're talking about?
Well, it's for season 1, so you're mentioning it for season 1
Yes. Yes. Okay.
I mean,
And what
nothing
else?
was really promised per se, but
What?
So that's like
Well,
the
it
new
was-
edition. For those that don't know, there's like a new I'm sorry kind of bundle for
Yeah.
gold and ultimate people. Now, yeah, I guess it's going to be released during season 1. So yeah, okay, I'll take that. What else was promised for year 1 to
Well,
get this correct?
First off, for it to be released in March.
True.
So
Yeah.
That counts. There's-
a new map.
Yeah,
how many new
Yeah.
specialists did they say?
One new
Uh,
special.
It was
Wait,
one
no,
new specialist?
no, it
No.
was 4. It was
Was that
4.
3 to
new
4,
specialists.
right?
It was
Yeah,
four new
it's 4.
specialists.
4 new
Yeah.
specialists.
Okay.
Okay.
Somebody's not doing their reading.
And then one more. There should be
There's
one more.
Yeah, there's one more thing.
You got the 4 specialists, You got that bundle, right? The skin
Right.
bundles.
And,
Yeah,
and then
McKay's-
there's no weapon, of course. It's just the 4
What?
specialists.
No,
Four
there was.
specialists.
We're getting new weapons too. I thought. Like, isn't
Well,
there
that's what
something
I
like-
thought, but I at the same time, like I didn't read anything about getting new weapons.
Hmm. Is that your
I
final
thought,
answer?
I thought it was. I thought it
No,
was 4 new specialists, 4 new weapons. That's what I thought it was.
Yeah, you're right. It is actually. It's 4 specialists, four new weapons.
Yeah. Okay. So that's a final answer then, right? Did we name everything there?
That is incorrect. What
Okay.
was actually promised, though I'll give you that first one, Junda, which was a new item. What was promised was a year 1 pass with 4 specialists, which you got right. 4 battle passes. And the
Wait.
3 epic skin bundles.
But it's four specialists for the year, not for the season.
Whole, yeah,
That
that's
wasn't
right.
season 1. Season 1 isn't supposed to. Is
Season
just a
1's
part
only
of the
one.
year
It's only one specialist.
Or 1 yeah, I guess you're right, technically. I guess I was
Okay.
thinking about the entirety of it. But yeah, you got season 1 was pretty much 1 specialist. Yes, you're correct.
Okay.
I stand corrected on that. But you didn't say battle pass. So
We did not.
that was the thing I took off. So no points for you guys on that one. Let's move on to the next team, team number 2. Here's your question. Because of this, here, never mind. Name every map in Portal for team number 2 for 25 XP.
So we got No Shar and Caspian for BF3.
Okay.
We have Battle of the Bulge and the desert one. What's the desert one? I can't think
Help
of the
him
name of
out. Buzz,
Yeah.
Downing.
Are we also including the all-out warfare maps? So Kaleidoscope.
No,
Orbital?
just.
No,
Well, I
okay,
guess technically you're right.
we're like-
Yes, but
I
you
mean,
don't
'cause
have to answer
technically
those.
they're in-
Yeah,
Okay.
Well, isn't there two from Battlefield 1942? There should be
Yeah,
two
so it's El
from
Alamein, I
Battlefield
think.
3 and 2
Yeah,
from
the one with
Bad
the
Company
houses
2,
and the
right?
Sandbags.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
on the sand map.
Okay.
Yeah, El Alamein and Battle of the Bulge.
Yep.
Then
Yep.
Caspian and
Yep.
No
No
Shar.
Shar.
And then Arica Harbor and
Valparaiso.
Valparaiso.
Correct.
Damn.
Correct.
Yeah.
25
Damn.
points to team number 2. So yes, that was it. Battle of the Bulge, El
You guys are
Alamein,
nuts.
Arica Harbor, Valparaiso, Caspian Border, and No Shark Canals. Okay, well done.
Damn.
All right, team number 3. Here's your question. Which specialist does not have goggles on any skin? Which specialist or specialists don't have goggles? Specifically, goggles.
Good luck on that one.
What the fuck kind of question's that, bro?
I feel like Boris never puts on goggles, no?
McKay.
No, McKay
Boris
has
has
one.
Boris has
Yeah?
a helmet, dude, that goes over his face. I don't know if that'd be considered goggles though.
I feel like it's Boris. All I know is I use this navalized Boris skin, which looks like DJ Khaled on holiday. But I seriously, does Angel ever wear
McKay
goggles?
has one.
Angel
think-
does.
I
Angel
think-
does.
Are you sure?
No.
I think McKay has the one where he looks like a real soldier, like it's like a BF3 soldier with the helmet and shit. I don't know if he has goggles with that though, or if he has sunnies. He has speed dealers on some of them. They're fucking sick. Like,
I don't think he has goggles. He just has a helmet. And that's not even out yet, is it?
there's one that's already in the game.
Is that goggles? I don't know.
I kind of want to say Boris.
I
don't know what you guys
look. Boris has a helmet. I know he's
Nah.
got a.
Nah, it can't be Boris.
Oh
Maybe
wait,
McKay?
no, I'm
helmet
thinking
is
of the
goggles.
short dude. No, I'm thinking of the wrong dude. No, it's probably Boris. You're right.
Goggles.
I thought like it was Boris.
He's saying
it's not-
goggles though, not a helmet. That doesn't matter.
Yeah.
What specialists are there in the game that we're maybe not thinking of?
I know Falk has some, right? The orange one I thought had.
Yeah,
Casper's
Falcon
got
definitely has
some.
them. Sundance 100% has them. Casper definitely has them. I
Rayo
think.
definitely has them.
Blocked has a
Just-
Or
good
Rao, whatever
point.
you said his name is.
Rao has those little like night vision ones. They count as goggles. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like it's
Pike has them obviously because of her thing.
I think it's McKay. I think McKay wears
just go
sunnies.
McKay.
Goggles.
I reckon it's got to be McKay. He's got the speed dealers. He doesn't need goggles.
All right.
And
Cool.
I don't know about Irish. I've never played him, and I've never looked at his skins in my entire life.
Dude, that's actually a good one too. It's either between McKay and Irish because I've never seen Irish with them.
Is there multiple, or do we just get? Is there only one answer?
There's okay. I'll make it easy for you. There's 3 of them.
Ah,
Oh, there's 3 that don't have it.
We have to get one
It's
just to
only
get it
worth
right.
25
Ah,
XP.
I think it's Irish then. I've never seen Irish have goggles on.
Irish, McKay,
Irish
and
McKay, yeah.
Irish,
Yeah.
McKay, Boris.
I
Either
don't-
one of those.
yeah, go chuck Boris in there. Fuck it.
Final answer?
Sure.
Yeah, Irish, McKay,
Yeah,
Boris.
why not? Why not?
Close. Incorrect.
Fuck.
It was McKay, Irish, and Pike. Remember, those are
Oh.
scanners.
Pike have the
Didn't
EMG
think
scanner?
about
Pike has a
They're
scanner
not
though.
goggles. They're
Yeah.
scanner. Oh man, I knew that
Damn.
was a hard one for sure. Yeah, but this is a scanner. It's the
That's
same
rigged.
scanner
That's
on all
rigged.
of them.
Chat's got
Yeah.
that back
Yeah,
on
we
there.
get, what the
Chat
we get
definitely.
scammed.
Come on.
Okay.
That's 2/3 points.
It's about as bad as naming the portal vehicles.
That is.
Hey, he needs to quota, okay?
All right.
All right. I did fuck up on one of the questions with the season 1 thing, but that's my bad. You got the points anyway for that. Okay, so let's start over here. Team 1 only has 10 XP still. Uh-oh. But you can tie, I think, yes, because the next is 50 XP. Right now, Team 2 is leading with 60 XP, so you can tie them if you get the correct answer, Team 1. And then Team 3 only has 50. So this is a tight race. This all comes down to either a tie break or a winner. So here goes nothing. Team, well, let's see. What's going to be more dramatic here? Yeah, let's just go with team number 2 first. Pun, Buzz, and Downing. Here is your 50 XP question. And y'all can work on this together. Which award has Battlefield 2042 been nominated for?
Oh, if I were to go with anything, it would be best audio.
What are you thinking, Buzz, Downing? No.
No.
These are hard questions, by the way. But yeah. They have been nominated for one award. What is?
Is this a trick
and what?
question, Julian?
This is not a trick question.
Trick
It's
question.
literally
award
on the
for this.
Wikipedia.
All right. Okay. I mean that the audio is not a bad guess. If it's up for an award, I mean that's really not a bad guess at all. Is that our final answer? Because I don't
Buzz,
know.
what are you thinking?
I don't know
What
if
are
I
you
can
thinking?
think of.
No, it's not audio. I
It's
remember
either
it
audio
was,
or graphics. It would have to be one of those two.
it was something like director or something like that. I remember reading this.
Boy. Wow.
I think BF5 got audio, right?
Yeah, in
Yeah, I was gonna say
2018,
BF5.
Battlefield 5 definitely got best audio. I think it was
Some
2019.
Swedish
Yeah,
company or something.
I still have the tweet. Like, it's fucking
Yeah.
hilarious.
Okay.
It's either video.
No,
or
no, no,
audio.
no,
I
no,
always
no,
say go, what about graphics?
No.
They're not
Best
that good.
graphics or best visuals?
That's it, Pun. Outstanding Visuals Award.
Outstanding visuals.
Outstanding Visuals.
So we go with outstanding visuals. All right.
It's either going to be graphics or audio. That's all they ever get voted
I mean, yeah.
for. I would say visuals because it is a good looking game.
Go with it, King. Outstanding Visuals.
All right, let's do it. Visuals.
That is correct.
Oh my god, I'm getting
Bro, fuck
carried so
off.
hard. I'm gonna PayPal
No
you
cheat.
both
You guys didn't cheat, right?
$1,000 each.
That's
After
50
the-
XP to team number
I remember
2.
reading it.
That's crazy. Wow.
Battlefield 2042 has been nominated by the Visual Effects Society for outstanding visual effects in a real-time project. How about
Wow.
that?
The game has
Amazing.
worse
Incredible.
effects in the last 2 Battlefields.
Yeah,
That's
that's paid for.
comparison videos?
That's paid
That's
for
like-
by EA, 100%.
Yeah, 100%.
It does say
5%,
results are
5% of their
pending.
10% went to the award.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, well that's a huge defeat to team number 1 because you guys pretty much lost. But
Reading Reddit finally paid off.
let's go with
Oh,
team
what
number
did you do?
1. Here's your question. And oh man, I feel bad because these are really hard. Okay, team
course.
number 1. What
Shocker.
this is a really weird one, and it is in the
yeah, that's
game, but here you go. It's a bug, actually. What happens when you try to customize the bar, the BAR 1918, and like what is the attachment there?
I didn't even know that gun was in the game.
I didn't know.
This for
For real.
50
I don't play Portal,
XP.
so fucked.
So what happens
Oh,
in the BAR? What happens to the BAR when you click to customize it?
I don't know,
It's
like your
not-
game
yeah.
shuts off or something. I don't know.
No, it's an attachment. It shows an attachment. So just name the attachment.
Attachment?
You go check. Everyone, start your Battlefield up. You go look, chatters. Not you guys, but chatters. What are you thinking?
Oh yes, I think I've seen that. The
Like a
the
grenade
bazooka
launcher or
site.
something?
The bazooka site. I think so.
Bazooka site? There's a bazooka site? I don't play this game.
Yeah, I've seen it on Twitter though too. So like,
Oh,
Bean scanner.
I
beam
have to.
scanner.
Sorry.
So-
I've seen something like that. So
What do you think, Mike?
The only thing I knew with the attachment bug was with the scopes, but that was on every gun. Like how the scopes were 1x bugs. That's the only bug I knew with the attachments. So, yeah,
Okay.
I'm not sure.
We got a final answer here, guys.
It's on Junda and Smurf.
send it.
Send it.
I didn't even know the bar was in the game, so
Yeah.
no help.
All right. So you say a scope?
Sure, why not?
We can go with that.
That is
Or like a-
correct.
Yeah.
It's actually a scope.
God damn.
You can't equip the scope. It is literally a scope. You can check it right now in the game. All you gotta do is go to your collection, and it's the only one you can customize for some reason. And it has like insane specs on it too. At like 1,000 damage, 1,000
Oh my goodness.
range, like over like 1,300. I don't know, like bullet velocity. It is nuts. So yeah, go check that out. That's crazy. I can't believe you guessed. That's exactly what it was. So that's 50 XP for you guys. Okay, and team number 3. Are
Easy
you
clap.
ready? This is gonna be an easy one.
Easy.
All right. So if you
Oh,
guys get
say
this, well, I think you guys still lose, but whatever. It doesn't matter. It's for fun, right? Let's see if you guys get this. Name every gun that has drum magazines.
Oh, the drummo, dude.
And it could be
K30,
just
MP,
2042.
MP9.
MP9's got them.
The Scar's got one, I'm pretty sure.
Draco's got one. AK-12, AK-24,
Yeah,
whatever you call it.
M5.
M5 have one?
No, I don't think so.
No.
Yeah,
it
the
doesn't.
first, the first pistol has one.
Oh, the MP28.
oh, yeah.
MP28.
Yeah, that's it. One of the
Just-
shotguns does. The is it the fully auto one?
The 12M auto, whatever.
Yeah,
12M
yeah,
auto.
yep. 12M auto.
Wait, the auto
You said the
shot has a
Scar?
drum mag?
Mhm.
Any of
Scar?
the LMGs, yeah,
Of
we already
course,
said the
why wouldn't
Scar.
it have
We got the
that?
Scar,
Yes.
Scar.
Oh yeah.
There's not many guns in the game, so this isn't too bad. None of the DMRs have them. None of the snipers have them.
The MP9, does it have it?
We
Yeah,
already said
MP9
it.
does. We said that. So
Okay.
we've said G57, MP9, K30.
Wait, G5, the Glock has it?
Yeah, it's the
The
Glock that
Glock
has
does,
it.
yeah. So-
The SFAR, the AK. Does the M5 have it? I don't think
You want me to do a
does it?
recap for you guys? What
M5
you
does
guys
it.
guessed so
Yeah,
far?
yeah, sure.
So you got the G57, the MP28, MP9, K30, AK, the SCAR or the SFAR, and the 12M auto.
Oh, the shot.
Do any of the DMRs have it? What?
I
so there's
don't.
DM7 and SVK don't.
The NTW doesn't.
And NTW doesn't.
And the only ones left are the DMRs, and I didn't even use
Isn't
the
that
DMR
VCAR?
once.
Isn't
The
that
V
sniper?
card, the AC42 doesn't, right?
Does the VCAR have the drummy?
I don't know. Did you level it up?
I've used it twice. I don't know.
Let me call
I've
MG real
seen
quick.
some streamers use it.
The V card might, yeah.
VCAR's got one.
That is
Wait, so
correct.
what do we have now?
You
Is that
guys
it?
That's
got
it?
it.
That's all of it.
Correct. Now, there is one more that could go either way because it may not be considered technically a drum mag, but to some it can. But you guys got it. I'll give you the 50 points on that. So good job on that. Yeah, the G57 definitely has a drum mag. The MP20 has a drum mag. The PP29, would you guys consider that a drum mag? That was kind of like, I wasn't sure. It was arguable.
Because that's got a 60 rounder anyway, standard. So I wouldn't count it.
It's like
I
a
don't-
barrel
No,
mag.
yeah,
No,
barrel.
right?
Yeah.
It's a gas fed barrel.
It was, I
There's
wasn't too
paradox in the
sure.
chat. I need the answer.
Is not a no. That is not a drum mag. Okay, good. I'm glad I left that as a question mark. But the
Yeah.
MP9, the K30, the AK24, the Scar, and the V-Car, which you guys named at the very end. Well done. And the 12M Auto. There's also two portal guns that technically have drums, the Dow 12 and the XM8. But
Yeah.
there you
Oh,
go.
yeah, that's right.
The LMG XM8. I don't know about the other one.
Yeah.
But well
Yeah,
done.
the medic
50
weapon.
points. Congratulations to team number 2 for winning this. I believe you have
Applied.
110 XP. And team number 3 has 100. And then team number 1 had 60 XP. So congratulations, won by 10 points. Team number
Nice.
2, Punisher, Tenant Buzz Lightbeer, and King Downing. Congratulations for winning the second ever Battlefield trivia show. Well done. What do you think? Hey,
Very
chat.
All right. Yeah.
Pretty good, huh?
Yeah.
Guys are
Digging
nuts.
that.
Send me your PayPals immediately after the stream, all right?
Congratulations. Okay, well, there's that. At the end of the stream, we'll go over any other questions. Unless you want to go over those now. I just had some leftover ones if you guys want to hear them. What do you think? Should we do it after or right now?
Oh, we could do it right now. I'm
Yeah,
good.
I say do them now.
Chicken
Sure.
rigged. All right, let's see. You
That's
and
backwards.
chat here. Here we go, chat and my guests here. Here's some other questions that they didn't pick up on. These are the 5 XP ones, which always get ignored. What is Angel's first name? You guys can answer too.
Oh, it's Angel.
Yeah.
No, it's not Angel.
He's such a fucking Eugene, but it's not that.
Wow, they don't know. Wait, chat.
Wait.
Does chat
What
even
was
know?
the question? What was the question?
What is
what's
Angel's first name?
like first name?
Probably fucking Angelo or something stupid.
Oh yeah, that's
Trigger.
it.
Trigger.
Somebody said it. Yeah. Trigger said it.
Constantine. That is correct.
Yeah.
Trigger, you win 10 points. Congrats.
What the
5 points.
hell?
Why do you know that, bro? Why
How
do
do
you
you
know that?
know that?
Constantine Angel. Yes. Okay.
Wow.
Which specialist has a shield for 5 XP, chat?
Dozer.
Dozer.
Oh.
Oh, smarty pants.
Easy
here.
work.
Wow, where were these questions in the actual game?
They're 5 XP. You guys chose all the hard ones.
Need the 25 XP ones for no reason.
Which specialist says, I told you to keep up?
Okay.
Sundance.
Sundance. Well done. Okay. Here's the easiest question in the entire trivia that no one seemed to want to pick. Which vehicle rhymes with cult?
Oh.
Wow. 5 XP, guys. Which vehicle has air balloons?
The Hoovercraft.
Hoovercraft, yes.
Uber.
This is a tough one, but it's so in your face you might miss. Name an epic vehicle skin.
The red and black
Icebreaker.
one. Tier
What is-
1.
Tier
We're talking
1.
naval?
Tier 1.
Well done.
Wait, that's what
It's an epic. It's an epic.
Is that actually
skin,
one?
This called
Yeah.
tier
That's what
one.
it's
Tier
called?
one,
Tier
yeah.
1?
Yeah. Tier
Okay.
one.
Wow,
epic,
wow,
bro.
chat.
Wow.
Chat's smart.
Shit. Damn.
Does chat know of any other? There are 1, 2, 3,
There's the
4,
icebreaker for the F-35.
Naval.
Incorrect.
Is that one?
It's not an epic one. That was a rare one.
A rare.
The naval one's epic, isn't it?
Tier 2. Yes. Naval.
Wait,
Yep.
what's the naval
Naval's
one? What is it?
The
There's
like
two of them.
the
Multi.
Isn't that the one you got with the
No,
That's
King
you
Down,
unlock
he
it.
knows.
You unlock it like during your like level rank ups.
Jarsky
Okay,
got
yeah,
one.
yeah.
Jarsky, well done.
What's the
Cyanide.
the one that Trigger's talking about, the Wildcat with the fucking barbed wire and the big bull bar on the front of it.
Fucking
Yeah.
hate that thing, dude.
Mr.
Oh, yeah,
Friendly.
Caligula. That's right. I
Mr.
remember
Friendly is that one, I believe. And Caligula.
that.
You
Yeah.
guys got the naval and spotted diffuse. Then you got the Sky Monster, which is a jet, I believe. Sun Spear, someone got that in the
Great
chat.
movie. Mm.
Arctic Ghost, Rasputin, and Havoc Exporter. Whoa. I would get bonus points
No.
if people will name all of them. That's all of them in the game. Oh, hey, interesting. Okay, what's the name of the 50 cal rifle in 2042?
NTW.
NTW. Yeah, NTW.
Yeah,
Dash
the easy
50,
one,
right?
right?
The,
50.
Yes.
the most
NTW, it
terrible
is
weapon
easy.
in the game.
Yeah, for sure. How many pistols are in 2042?
I don't know.
Sorry?
3? Is it?
Yeah.
3
Yeah.
or 4.
3.
Magnum,
I
Glock,
own the
MP28.
Yeah.
Well, I'm
If
sure
we're counting
the-
Portal, though, there's a
Two?
few more.
Just in
Portal or
20
main game?
Just in main game.
There's 3. There's
2042.
3.
Yeah, 3.
Three.
main, yeah.
Three.
That's right. There
I
is
got a
3.
mate who always complains about it. He's like, the game has 3 fucking pistols, man.
Don't
And I
forget-
hate the
yeah,
revolver. It's
the
like it's
revolver.
supposed to be
Yeah.
like a modern revolver. Why is it like a pullback for the extra? It
Yeah,
it
It's a
triggers me.
blunderbuss, is what
Yeah.
It
it
has
is.
some weird.
Everybody hated Trigger Delay in BF4
Oh
and they got it
my
removed
God.
eventually. And then they
God.
add it back for this game. Like they just go back
Why?
on their mistakes.
Oh,
Yep.
So
Not too
stupid.
Classic
popular.
dice.
I don't like it.
Classic.
Yeah.
Name the 3 different explosives that Sundance has. Those are 10. Those are 10 XP one.
Scatter,
Scatter,
scatter, anti-armor, and then EMP.
and the EMP, huh?
Yeah. EMP Field. It's what it's called. EMP
Ooh.
Field.
Oh,
I still would've gave
EMP
it to you.
field.
That's right.
Oh no.
Yeah.
you want to get those
It has
thrown
a
Oh,
out there.
and guess what? It
Pulses.
doesn't count for assists in the game.
At
Whoever's
all.
trying to get Sundance, by the way.
So don't even do it.
Great.
Yeah, I knew about. Yeah, I forgot about that. This is an easy one for chat. Here, let's see if you guys can get this. What is Rao's specialty? Like, it has a name.
Oh, he says it when he uses it sometimes, I think.
Lizard Squad. You remember those days?
It's
Oh.
not hacker. It has
No,
a
it's
specific
the
name
E.
to it.
It's like the E. It's like EAO, like X. No, that might be
No.
fake.
Sug
Play Rao.
Sugnoid has it, I think.
I feel like he
Cyanide.
says
There it is. The Cyber Warfare Suite.
Ah.
it. What?
Cyber Warfare.
I don't even
yeah,
think I've
Also
even
known as
played
a
it.
hacker. Okay.
That
sick,
sounds like a
nice.
program that you get on a laptop that you buy from like
Yeah,
a store,
you
like
can-
one of the bloatware programs, bro.
Future.
Well, you can
Make sure
honestly
you install Cyber Warfare Suite to protect yourself from the
Holy
viruses or something.
shit.
you can honestly tell that the
30-day
dev
free
team
trial.
sat down around a round table for 5 minutes to come up with these names.
Yo, this is a good one. If you guys know this one, I'd be pretty impressed. You remember the reveal trailer for 2042? What is the first vehicle you see in the reveal trailer specifically in 2042?
Dog bot.
Well,
The
They
Osprey.
transport
The
chopper.
Osprey?
This
It's
is-
the
It's a-
It's
Osprey?
considered
The first vehicle?
the first. Yeah, it is the
it's-
Osprey.
it's-
Yeah, it's the
Yeah,
Condor.
the
It's the Condor.
or the Condor. Whatever. Yeah.
Whatever they call it. Yeah, that's right. You're right.
Yeah,
Wow,
that's the
chat,
It's
dude.
shot by the missile.
Bolt.
It's
The
not
bolts in
Yeah,
event scene.
they were watching the penguin
the ice.
scene,
Yeah.
and-
Okay, this one's even harder. I don't think I even wrote this down. I think I did. What was the last vehicle you saw in the reveal trailer? And this is a tough one.
Yeah.
But if you
What's the-
actually
Well, the Tuk
put into
Tuk.
freeze
Tuk-tuk.
frame,
Is
that
that
is,
what it's called?
it is not the tuk tuk.
No, I
This
think
is
it's
this is pretty much a trick question. Go
Is it the
ahead, bring it
F-35?
up.
well, no, because after that there is still more.
Is there?
Yeah. There's
Yeah.
some
I think it. I
What, in
think
the
it was.
tornado?
I think it was the
Heli?
MAV. I think it's the MAV.
Mm.
It's just
that or an Apache.
Correct.
I was thinking Apache.
I think it's the
The
Yeah, it's
Apache.
like a heli.
From the
What is
tornado.
it? What is it?
Nice.
It's the
I actually forget.
Apache. Yeah, it's literally the Apache is the last thing you see before the wingsuit lady comes out. It's
Oh,
like,
it's not the
Like
Zook.
flies through, just whooshes across.
yeah. Everything
Right.
else is like trash and garbage. It kind of gets sucked
Yeah.
into there. That's a
It's
tough one.
just-
That was a really tough question, so I didn't really pick that one. Let's see. We got the boat on the launch screen. We got what is the name of the Green Plant Cultivation Center building in Renewal? Has a big name on it. You guys know that?
Huh?
oh shit, I see it all the
I
time.
see it all the time. It's around the side of the building.
Like a Migos trap house.
Labs are us.
Nisco, I think Nisco
I
got
have
it.
no clue.
Wow.
Man, I should have brought Cyanide on the show. You know, he would have got all these right. Yeah, Sinesco.
I'd have you beast on this, man.
Cyanide's a nerd.
Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta get Cyanide on.
Sinesco.
Yeah.
Well done. Good job, Chad. What about the
Jeez.
base game modes in Portal? There's only 3 or 4 technically, but
Oh god. I don't
Base
even
scandals
wanna
in
answer them.
Portal.
Yeah,
the base
This
game
looks-
modes.
even the featured ones that they.
Russian Conquest?
Okay.
Rush
yeah.
Conquest
It'd be
Rush
Breakthrough.
Conquest
It'd be
and TDM,
Conquest
wasn't
and
it?
Breakthrough
Yeah.
because
No.
Rush didn't come until later on.
No breakthrough.
Was there breakthrough in Portal?
Oh, free for all.
that's-
No. Sorry,
Free for all.
Yeah.
Rush and
Yeah, Rush. Yeah. So you got
Yeah,
Rush,
Rush TDM.
Yeah.
TDM.
oh, you were right.
and
TM
Conquest.
and
game.
free for all.
So
Yeah,
here's
those are the
TDM a rotation?
here's the
Fuck
four.
that game.
So you got this is how they name it. Okay, you got Rush, you got TDM, you got Conquest, and then you got TDM Custom, and that's where your free for all could come from if you customize it. There is no actual free for all that you can pick. You have to like code it or something to make it a free for all.
This shit actually shows that like we're all pretty skilled players in here, and none of us care about Portal.
I mean, it's dead in no
Yeah.
sea anyway.
This,
You
this
can only play
literally
Conquest.
shows that none of us care about it.
I mean, it's mainly filled with milsim servers and
Hardcore
Yeah.
Iraq.
Hardcore
Milsim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Milsim,
Yeah.
That's all day. That's a whole
Fine.
different issue
Wait.
altogether.
You guys are
Yeah.
so lucky I didn't ask any Hazard Zone questions because
Hey, I played it for one.
I asked one last time, but they didn't know it.
Yeah.
I was like, how much currency does it take to buy a weapon?
It's like
You guys-
250, isn't it?
250.
Yeah,
250.
250. Yeah.
I would have never known that. I
Yeah,
don't even play
I
Hazard
think
Zone.
yeah, Gravity. I think he said what is it, 200? I think he said
I think he said
because they were
200,
saying
yeah.
it was super cheap. That's all they
Yeah, it
remembered,
was-
but like
yeah.
nobody played it. Yeah, so that's why I didn't want to ask any of those. I know none of you guys have played that much. One more here. This is an easy one. It was an easy hidden 25 XP one that you guys didn't get. In Hourglass Breakthrough, where do the attackers start? Like what
Wait,
part of the
the
map?
bridge.
Is
Roof
this
of the
is this
stadium.
is this for 64 or
Oh, the
128?
attacker?
It's on the
128.
roof for the stadium.
One
It's on the
twenty-eight.
roof.
Yeah, on the
Yeah.
stadium.
On the stadium.
That was
Yeah.
it. The stadium. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Good job.
Actually,
All right. Let me see. Any other ones? Oh yeah, name all 3 primary weapons on the Wildcat. I don't think any. of those
30
gonna
mil.
30 mil, 50 mil.
57 and 57.
57 and 40. 57
Yeah,
and 40.
57 and
Yeah.
40.
You
yeah.
got it, man. The vehicle mains are
Jesus.
here. I thought you guys would get the 57 one wrong and just say 50 or
Nah.
something. Yeah,
Yeah,
30,
I-
40, and
yeah.
57 millimeter. Wow. Well
Wow.
done. Jesus. Okay, that's pretty much it, I think. Yeah. Cool. Well, thank you guys for participating in that. We are now going to start talking some Battlefield. That one went a little longer than I thought it would, but well done, and thank you guys for taking part of it. It was cool. Maybe we'll do one more again. I don't know. We'll have to see. This might be the last Battlefield show for a while. But let's move on to talking about 2042 and its possible shortcomings. I discussed this last time on the previous show with everybody here, with all my guests. So I'm going to bring this up again for you guys. The lore, the tone, and the theme. Did they nail it? What is going on with the lore? What are your thoughts, Lieutenant Buzz Lightyear? What do you think about the lore of 2042?
Non-existent.
Yeah.
I mean, that's an easy question. Non-existent. Whatever we saw in that Exodus trailer wasn't transferred into the game. So, there's nothing. There's no single player campaign to actually establish any lore with this.
Does it need
So,
a single
yeah.
player campaign? Maybe the
I mean,
devs
if they
might
want to
argue
commit
that.
to lore, that's exactly what I was gonna say. Like, they need to have a campaign if they actually want to bring the lore into the game and have it as like a kind of sideline part of the game. I don't care that there's no campaign, but it's really obvious that the game had like two kind of directions. Like, from literally start of the game, they have this like kind of hard hitting cutscene where it explains the reason for the battle, and at the end of the game, if you lose, it says, "Don't be sad. That's how it works out sometimes." Like, what? Like, it doesn't connect at all. There's it feels like it's two games merged into one at times.
There's also been nothing about this since that first video either. We got one video of Irish blowing up a helicopter, and there's literally been nothing since. And they're like, "Oh, we're gonna bring you lore," and it's all fucking no patch this, no patch that.
Yeah.
Yeah, what
It
about
means nothing.
Yeah, well, Avanasi said here in the chat, I was going to bring this up. Apex doesn't have campaign. That people seem to like that lore, like in the characters.
They have short films all the time.
They
though.
actually
Apex,
bring out the lore, though, in the voice line.
Apex is like done their lore their whole time though.
Yeah.
From start of Apex, their first trailers and everything, it showed like a picture of what the characters were. Battlefield's just kind of gone, we're going to add on to Battlefield 4, and now everybody's not a part of anything, and that's the lore.
Can you count Titanfall as being part of that lore? It's in the same universe, correct?
Yes, Titanfall's
So
part
that's
of Apex.
probably
yeah.
why. That's probably
Well,
why.
I think Battlefield. I think if they would have carried on with the lore and continued to put out content like they were doing, I think it would be a little bit different. But the fact that, like you say, they dropped it right at the beginning and we haven't seen anything. I mean, the tone of the game is totally different than the tone that they tried to set when they debuted the game to everybody. And it just screwed everything up, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. Just watching the Exodus trailer blew my mind. I really thought that was
incredible.
amazing. And having Michael K. Williams in that and bringing back Battlefield 4 characters, I'm like, what are you trying to do here? And this may harken to another topic that we'll talk about later, the Battlefield universe and what they want to do with that. I'll probably get your guys' ideas on that. But Mike, what do you think about the lore and the tone of this game?
Yeah, like I thought the Exodus trailer was really good, and I did like how they were building off, or at least they made it look like they were going to build off the Battlefield 4 theme and the characters from that as well. But they didn't really go anywhere with it. Every time you play the game, it just feels soulless. There's no single player so that you understand at least what you're playing in the multiplayer. For the casuals, at least. Like obviously, I don't really care about the lore. I just want to spawn in the game, run around, and shoot people. But it's like
the reveal trailer really showed just mindless shooting and then sprinkled in with some specialists. Like, ooh, these guys look interesting. But, for a normal viewer that doesn't know anything about specialists, they're thinking they're just a skin or someone special.
Yeah.
But everyone else looked like a regular cool ass soldier, And we later learned that all of those were AI. Bummer. Yeah.
I think the fact that they went with only two factions as well, by the way, like Russia and US are two less standing nations or whatever, or we don't really know if there are others as well. Like I just feel like I was lazy. They could have added more. They just didn't want to do the variety. They didn't want to have to make like new skins, new guns for them, new vehicles. Obviously that's just an assumption for me, but that's what it would cost them to add in more factions.
Well, they should have put. I agree. They should have put China in it at least because of the BF4 DLCs and everything.
Yeah.
I was gonna.
Go ahead.
Pardon to interrupt. I wanted to caveat on that because when he mentioned the Russian faction, there should have been a whole nother specialist setup for the Russian characters instead of just using like the original 10 or 9 that we have thus far. So like it would have been nice to see more specialists, not just the ones that we get off standard, but that's just me.
Yeah.
What do you think about the no pat excuse? Because it comes out to me as an excuse.
It's gross.
It's not.
I don't know. I'm just.
It's a reason for them to not develop another set of specialists or another set of skins, because you could have a different set of characters that represent the exact kind of specialist, like the archetype of specialist. It's a reason just to not do that. That is all it is. It's to save money.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
What do you think, Smurf?
Yeah, I'd agree with what Silk said right there. Like,
It was so
there's
forced as well.
Yeah, like my thing about the specialists is like they're not like really connected to like each other, I guess. Like for like in Overwatch, for example, all the characters kind of like their stories kind of mesh together. Like this person knows this person, that person knows that person. And they fought together, and this is just seems like a random like they just were shoved together. It's like, all right, go fight. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
So
you got something there. Yeah.
Yeah, there's
even in Overwatch. So Overwatch is a perfect example. A year before the game come out, they built the lore for all of the characters. And there's a big theme between that. There was obviously the good side and there's obviously the bad side. And some people like the good side, some people like the good side. Well, with Battlefield 2042, you don't have that at all. There's no good versus evil. There's no good versus bad. It's just a bunch of randoms thrown together to go fight each other. And it makes no sense.
Well, in my opinion, if they haven't built the story or the lore well enough, if there aren't people making fan fiction about the characters, that is the W take, in my opinion. Look at every other game that does it properly.
Yeah, like League of Legends.
Bro, that shit is a fucking cancer, but it will never happen for Battlefield.
The League of Legends thing.
People just don't care enough.
Yeah.
That lore is probably so deep for League of Legends. They had that show, right?
Yeah, Netflix show now that's fantastic, by the way. It's really freaking good.
Yeah.
Can you imagine 2042 making a TV show on Netflix?
Yeah, like Boris's garage, dude.
Absolutely not.
I feel like the specialists are just a bunch of like solo units thrown in together. Like we're talking about these other games, and you see that the voice lines in those other games, they communicate with each other, and they bring this like kind of familiarity with each other. But you don't really get that in 2042. It's like just a bunch of like solo on their own type characters, and it's like who's friends with who here? Like, you know, you get the voice lines in Apex or Overwatch, and you kind of understand like, okay, the factions are like the groups that stick together. But in 2042, I just feel like they're just a bunch of solo entities.
They're all no pets. Whoa.
Yeah. Shouldn't they have collaborated with before getting into battle? You know, like they signed the petition. It really is frustrating just to like wrap my head around it. Like there's no collaboration into how these specialists got into the notepads, and now there's like they're just fighting each other for no reason.
They're adding an extra element to Battlefield that they didn't really need. Let's be honest. In Battlefield 2, you had your 3 or 4 factions pun. What was it? The
Chinese, Russia, US, and the mech.
Yeah. You got all that.
China. Yeah.
And China. And there's no lore there. You just like kind of figuring out. It's just a modern Battlefield game. And now to make some money, or maybe to like have some story being told in your game for some reason, I don't think this was needed, because the approach they had, and you guys said it really well. It was very lazy, like compared to Overwatch and what they built up and stuff, and Apex and their lore. If you're gonna start, like, might as well at least talk to somebody about this. Like, there's some story development teams out there that you can email. Like, hey, I'm trying to introduce characters. It kind of just comes off to me that they just come up with characters to make money, and it's really sad, you know.
I feel like didn't Irish have kind of a backstory, or there were like a couple short films that brought, I think it was Irish and maybe another specialist into it, where he was like going through the alley, and then like the guy gets shot off the thing, and then he like goes and discovers it, and like you kind of felt immersed. Like that got me excited when I saw it. I was like, man, okay, all right, what do we got going here? And then they never really like built off of that at all.
They never capitalized on the story that they were trying to make. They could have done it, and it would have been good, I think.
Yeah.
2042 should have been a movie, not a game.
Well, I don't know. See if I don't know if they got the writing chops to do that, but maybe you never know. But Buzz, did you ever play the single players? from the previous games?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so they brought some characters from BF4, right?
Yeah, Irish.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and you saw them in the Exodus trailer. I think they just did a shameless plug to try and pull those BF4 fans over to Battlefield 2042 with the Exodus trailer.
Yeah.
But you know, I was going to go back to actually to that notepad idea. I mean, and that was I think that was a calculated attempt by DICE to mass market the game around the world. Versus when you bring factions into the game, there are certain countries that'll see that as offensive and will actually ban the game.
Ban the game. Yeah, China did that with.
Yep.
Maybe that's why they add the Chinese faction on there.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So they went with that, and then they went with these cringy specialists. You know, going back to that, what makes it very difficult for me, and I know you got a lot of vehicle mains in here, so they just shoot at anything on the ground. But I'm horrible in vehicles, so I'm a boots on the ground guy. And when I see a uniform that doesn't match what I'm wearing, I shoot at it. Yep. Okay, but then you throw specialist in, and everyone looks the same. You might as well put 128 players on a massive football pitch, give them weapons, and say, "Go get them, guys!" Because you just shoot at anything that moves. And that was my big problem with this game is I run in there, I have to wait for a diamond to appear so I can tell if Sundance is on my team or not on my team, and sometimes it doesn't appear. So
is that still a problem to this day? Because I know they added the glow sticks on there. I don't know if that's really
I've seen that too.
It's not as bad as it was, but it still sucks.
Yeah.
It's pointless.
Bro, who the fuck's looking for glow sticks when you're shooting people? You know what I mean? It's like Tarkov with the armbands. Oh, look out. Let me look for an armband. Like, it just doesn't make fucking sense.
Yeah, and in the beginning of the game, like Brother Steve said here, you just throw the Pokeballs everywhere and everyone's lit up. Now, that was a fun time, right? Lagged all the servers.
I still do that now.
Yeah. I do too.
It's quite useful. Especially with there's no real 3D spotting or anything. You need all the information you can get. So
that's true.
That's a good meme.
I haven't thought about using those. Okay, well, let's move on to the next very popular topic of that I did last time on the show. 128 players. Is it time? Yeah, is it time to abandon 128 players? Are we gonna just not beat around the bush here? What do you guys think? Let's just light beer eating definitely nothing, huh? Get rid of it.
I mean, I think if anything, it's actually hurt the flow of the game because first and foremost, the performance on the game with 128 players, even on people with monster PC rigs, is laughable. It just really harms the performance of the game. Plus the fact that you take 128 players and you put them on these massive maps and there's still nothing to do but run. So, cut it down to 64 players, get it, compress these maps way in. It really looks like, take Dawnbreaker from BF4. Everyone knows Dawnbreaker, right? It's like they put Dawnbreaker on a CAD machine and then stretched it to 10 times as big as it used to be. Well, Dawnbreaker worked because there was cover and there was shorter distances between the conquest points, and all of a sudden it's 10 times bigger. I mean, you could spend 2, 3, 4 minutes running between points in this game if you don't get run over by a vehicle, shot through the air, or sniped from 1,000 meters away. So, yeah, cut it down to 64, cut the maps in half size, something like that, and I think it would work a lot better all around.
Yeah, I agree.
I think arguably the biggest issue is chat all right? People saying F.
Oh, sorry, the Comcast again. God damn it!
Can they still hear? I don't think I can hear.
They can hear. Dying. Yeah, they can definitely.
DICE is DDoSing you again.
Again. Right every time. No, it's fine. It should be fine now.
Yeah. Like, I don't know how they got the specialist. Sorry, not specialist. 128 players and these map sizes, but I think the issue is that the way that sectors work and the size of the maps means that you can have just one person out of the 128, which is very easy to do. Let them leak to the back of the map, cap that flag, and then you can't spawn near the fight anymore. So then you have to travel across the entire map to reach a back cap or something that really shouldn't be happening, just due to it's impossible to keep all the flags on your end. So objective play just doesn't matter anymore, and that kills the entire flow. It does not matter when you can capture one sector on an objective and it ruins the entire point of capping the entire thing. Like, it's just shit. Like, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. Apologies
I
for
would-
the lag here. I'm so sorry. I don't know why this happens, but hold on, let's give it one more. I think they can hear you guys. Go ahead, Chicken. They can hear you for sure.
I would have liked to have seen when they brought in the 64 player modes to can the 128 player modes for the time being, because
Yes,
we
sir.
had the issue of everybody on consoles and stuff like that, and people who don't pay attention to Twitter and stuff going, "Oh, we're just going to stay on 128 and not change it because they didn't know they had to." If they canned the 128, it would have shown people that 64 played better, like performance wise, and flow was a little bit better. But then it just ended up being two kind of dead modes because it split the player base even more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a good point too.
Yep.
Yep.
I have a
Well,
hot take, by the way.
The evidence was there because you had, as soon as they came out with a 64 player conquest and the 64 player breakthrough, immediately everybody's like, holy crap, it plays better instantly, especially breakthrough. Breakthrough was a world difference than the 128 player. I think 128 player breakthrough is probably the worst freaking idea DICE has ever done. The 128 player conquest is playable, but cramming 128 people in a sector like that, it's just a bad idea.
Especially with the
I know
spawns
it's
as
great
well.
for farming,
Yeah.
Yeah, in
And
the
the
beginning,
only thing is all the spotting as well. Like, you get spotted against 128 players, it is twice as bad as being spotted. And there's a
immediately
1,000
screwed.
ways to be spotted as well. Like, these little fucking 2-pixel like Pokeballs, like, you're literally always spotted. It's insane.
yeah, in the beginning of the game, they had the rooftop captures. I mean,
That
at
was
the-
terrible. I don't know who
They were
DICE approved that, dude. Like, did they? Nobody tested it for sure.
They don't test that. No, there's no way.
No.
Or if they
beta.
do test it, their skill level is so low that it would just be capable, or like it would be doable for them because
Yeah, there's nothing to test. It was one mode on one map in the alpha. There's literally nothing to test at all.
yeah, and the beta was just pretty much
And
the
who
same
knows
thing.
if they did any testing before that? And the beta was literally the same thing. Yeah.
I thought people were looking forward to breakthrough on the beta. I was like, oh, they're gonna add it like they did in the other games. They're gonna add another mode and another map. Watch.
I think.
Well, the
big
problem,
with
I think.
100 Well,
I said,
yeah,
go ahead, man.
Go ahead. Okay.
I was going to say that the problem with the 128
God damn it.
pun. Go ahead,
no.
pun.
Fine, go.
The problem with the 128 player breakthrough is not only the design, but the fact that you have the performance issues there. You're cramming 128 players in one area. Your frame rates are absolutely garbage when you're dealing with that. It hit detection. I mean, you have so many issues that the server's having to deal with the 128 player breakthrough. It just doesn't make any sense. Obviously, they did not do any performance testing whatsoever freaking ever.
Man, they're still trying to fix it, huh? I
Yeah,
mean,
that-
they didn't even
that's-
talk about
yeah.
it in the delay or anything. That the blog post that they put up for the delay coming up for season 1, and like they're taking our feedback and this feedback loops and all this shit. Nothing about performance was talked about, which is one of the biggest things right now. What were you gonna say, King?
I just think they experimented too much. I mean, besides the obvious, I just feel like they tried to do the 128 thing and at the same time introduce the specialists, which are the just not specialists, not classes. Yeah, they introduced specialists without classes. And I think they just tried to experiment with too much there. Like, maybe if you keep classes and you have this like flow to where you know who is healing, who is supplying, who is doing what, but then you go to experiment with 128 players, all these different specialists, anybody can equip anything, and it was just like too much happened there. Like, I think they needed to work that in or something. Or maybe just not do it at all. I mean, it's just, I feel like they tried to do too many new things at the same time with this release, that it played out much worse than they anticipated, when in theory it sounded really good, right? Increase it, bring in cross-platform, right? Like, but they don't, it's hard to think about, I think, those things, and they just didn't even consider it at all, of just how it's going to play out with all of these different abilities. And I mean, if you have the classes, maybe it works. I mean, maybe it works. I feel like it works better that way, but I just think they experimented with too much at one time.
Yes,
I honestly
yes,
believe
yes.
it's a BR.
I also can I caveat off of what you
Sure.
guys been saying.
Good.
So, in my experience, basically going off of what Pun had said about the performance issue, this game is terribly optimized. Like this game was not even in a finished state. So, with that being said, it could have been a really good mode. 128 could have worked, but the fact that they had not spent any time on figuring this out just makes it even worse. So I like somebody said, the expensive rigs. I have a 3080. I'm getting 90, like 70 to 90 FPS just off playing 128 breakthrough. And it's not even that. It's just like I'm like always worrying when's my next crash gonna be, because I know I'm gonna crash. It's just there's no escape from it. So
Make a way.
Well, I bring this up to Focus and Silk, or I mean anyone that really plays on vehicles. What about the farm? Don't you appreciate 128 with the farm?
Oh yeah.
Of course,
Definitely.
the farm is definitely ridiculous. But one of the parts I liked about Battlefield 4 is it has a class system. So even if you are struggling on your, like, let's say I'm having a really hard game, at least I know I'm doing a lot for my team because I'm forcing people to switch to engineer, and they're losing heals and they're losing reses. In this game, you don't really have to sacrifice anything to equip a stinger. There's 64 of them, and they lose nothing for it. So the farm is good when it's good, but you don't really help your team like you used to in Battlefield 4 and 3 and every other game.
Same for you, Focus? Same idea,
Yeah,
or you just
and it really is the same. But like in Conquest, like even with 128 players, like you were saying, there's absolutely no flow. It's not even fun to me. I didn't even like Breakthrough coming into the game, but I had to play 128 player Breakthrough to find anybody essentially, or like get to the farm extent that I enjoy. But it doesn't feel good at all really doing it.
Damn. Well, I hear you guys. Well, anyone else want to add anything for the 128 player fiasco here?
I have a little hot take here. I don't think, like, a lot of people dog on 128 players and say like it can't work, and you know it was a bad idea and stuff. I honestly don't think it was a bad idea. I think it came at I do think it came at the wrong time though, because with the past with BF5, Dice had to earn back the trust of the player base and had to please the loyal players, and those players were not looking for 128 player lobbies. That being said, I still think 128 players could have worked if it was done correctly. It was kind of what Downing said, though. They tried way too much. You know, they tried specialists for the first time, eliminated classes, allowed you to equip gadgets and guns to everything. You know, no matter what. They also increased the map sizes by way too much, and all these different things take into account how unplayable these 128 player game modes are. So obviously, I don't think they should have done it in this game, but I don't think that it should have been. I don't think it was a bad idea in the first place. I guess is what I was gonna say, because I still think there's a way you could make it work if you.
Yeah, I agree with him. Like the maps really have a good say in it. Like even with 128 players, I should never walk into a Conquest game and especially fly a heli and have to be looking for players like constantly. I have no idea where like the main group of players is. Like any map in BF4, you can kind of look at the map instantly and guess like where half their team's gonna be. But it's just not the case here.
Gotcha.
Same as an infantry player. Look at the overview of the map when you spawn in. You usually know what the map flows. You see what the objectives are and stuff. I don't get that at all in this game.
Yeah, the opacity is the worst part because everything's in my way. You know, I can't see anything.
I kind of wanted to mix in map design with the 128 players.
And Julian?
Here. Yeah.
Julian, I was going to say that everything we just discussed obviously plays in 1,000% to this game was never going to be Conquest and Breakthrough.
Right, true. That's what I was just going to bring up.
Yeah.
Why does it seem like all these maps are just mini BRs?
Because they are.
They
are.
I literally feel like that
what
was
if
the
that
case?
was the initial idea? Like, oh, we're going to make a BR,
sense,
but we're going to release 7 maps of BR so you can rotate.
Like, it does make sense, and especially from the performance standpoint, like, in a BR, you usually have really bad performance at the start, and then half the server dies within about, a minute, and it gets a lot better.
Yeah,
so the game would never have had those issues. It all honestly makes sense from a BR.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
here's another thing. Here's another thing to throw at you. You would have had all-out warfare as a BR, and then what is Hazard Zone? it's squad BR extraction. You would have had 2 of the 3 because they added
Mind
portal on at the
blown.
end. Yep.
I feel like
this game was a full on BR. Top to
I
bottom.
honestly
Yeah,
feel like
no.
Hazard Zone was a late add-in. I feel like they were going to do the BR thing with All Out Warfare, and then they canned it a couple of months prior to release, and then they added the flags. And then they're like, we still need to do a BR aspect. Let's do Hazard Zone. And that's kind of like their squad war zone, but 100% worse.
Look at the equipment.
right.
Look at all the equipment.
And it
Battle
uses
Royale
the exact
ready.
same maps as All Out Warfare. Exact same maps.
And true. That true.
Yeah.
But it's like that tweet that came out. It's just them following the trend. It's just them trying to make money and then failing at it. Like we don't play Battlefield to follow the trend and play BRs. I guarantee every single one of us in here fucking hates BRs.
That's why I play Battlefield still.
We
exactly.
We play Battlefield because it's Battlefield, you know? Like, I don't know where they were going with it.
And if we were to play a BR game, we'd be playing a BR game like PUBG, there's Warzone. There's so many other games. So like they just tried to they chased the trend and look at where it did for Battlefield.
It doesn't work.
Well, the question is, are they still trying to push that? Is this new experience that Marcus Leto keeps talking about? Are they still trying to push a BR a year later?
You know what would be crazy is because before this game came out, they said that there's not going to be a BR within the first 12 months.
Yeah, I remember that.
They give us the 4 seasons, then that's 12 months is up, and then they go, okay, game's not performing the way it should. Let's can All Out Warfare, and we'll just update it every couple of months and not do anything with it. But we're going to bring in this new BR mode that's going to be free to play for everybody.
I actually think mobile is going to be BR.
The mobile?
No.
I think mobile's already been confirmed.
I've heard from a lot of people that mobile's like very similar to BF3, and it's actually made. It has better mechanics and gunplay than the actual game. That's actually like been said from people.
That's so stupid.
So we're
like
all
it is a
becoming
fundamentally better game. Yes,
we're going to be emulated BF3 mobile Battlefield gamers from now on.
I can't go down to that level.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Page.
So recently,
wish, but
brand new information from DICE. We heard from last week that they are now delaying Season 1 content and the scoreboard update for a few months, or a month, I think. And then the Season 1 all the way up to summer, dude. Is that okay? Like, do they have to transform the entire game to release in summer? Like, it sounds like a re-release, no?
I don't understand why it's taking so long for a fucking scoreboard. We got people on Twitter that are making their own scoreboards overnight.
So cringe.
Like, hire somebody on Twitter, dude. It's going to do your job 100% faster. Like,
literally get Nickel to do the entire UI, man.
Yeah,
he's actually done most of it already.
They even said it's easy for them to change it too. When they first announced that they would change the scoreboard, they said, "Oh, this is going to be easy for us to tweak however way we want." Then why did you have to delay it 2 months?
I said this if you have to commit to tweaking a scoreboard, you are incompetent and you should not be doing your job. A scoreboard should be a one and done. There's no fucking tweaking required. It's not a 6-month progress with Twitter being involved in feedback. It's one and done. It's not
there's
hard.
No feedback. Yeah. What's the feedback? Just do it. I keep saying it. You just release it. Hey, we added a scoreboard. Hey, there you go. Like you don't need to go watch in depth.
Like the thing about the scoreboard is this is a first-person shooter game that we were talking about here. Also, a player versus player first-person shooter, I might add, where scoreboard has always been a thing in games like this. So, like, this shouldn't even have ever been left out of the game, period.
And it's just because of the toxicity, just because we can't roast the players that aren't doing well. That's exactly what it is. They don't want to see how many deaths that, some casual name has. So we can't say, start playing the game because I'm going to call you out. There's just that toxicity level that bring in the scoreboard that they're trying to refrain, and I don't like that. It's been part of the game since day one. They're nobody's been crying about it, nobody's been doing anything, so why is it gone? And
the anti-toxic measures have really just made this community 1000% more toxic in so many other aspects. It kind of just backfired. You know, I really thought the scoreboard was just going to be a thing. They just kind of left it out for the beta for like churn, right? To keep the churn down. You know, it said squad and scoreboard in the beta. That's what it said. All right, and then when the game release, it says like squad list and player list. Something changed there. Like it really, all the evidence points to it just being an anti-toxic measure to reduce churn. I really think that's what it is. I don't know. Do you guys feel the same way?
Where did they get this toxic thing from? Like, what?
It's a policy.
I don't
It's
understand
a
it, bro.
EA
Like,
policy.
Let's be real. BF4 and BF5 community is fucking toxic.
Yeah, listen, bro, they're toxic. It's never been to a point where, like, I get that some of us get like a lot of kills, and some of us get a lot of kills with like little deaths and shit like that. But it's never gone to a point where people have like bragged to other people about their kills. I think if you're doing good and if you're doing the best in the server, you should be at the fucking top. And you should be showing off for it. Not like, oh, I've got
people like that shit, man. It's something to aim for. That's all it is.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
that's what I'm saying. Like, they need to not see it as toxic. There's other ways of being toxic in it.
Yeah,
you know
like, are the
exactly.
Olympics toxic, or like is like sport toxic? Like, no, like it's literally just comparing people against each other, and you don't have to take it seriously. You can play at a lower level if you want in any of those other things, but like, man, it doesn't make sense. It actually doesn't make sense.
And I don't think the toxicity I see in the game comes from a freaking scoreboard. It's from all the racist freaking pricks out there that want to make an ass of themselves in chat.
Yep.
And you know, I don't understand why the scoreboard argument is even a valid argument for toxicity in the game.
I think they mentioned, like, I don't know if they mentioned it, but I'm thinking like feelings, like people with the deaths and not including deaths.
Yeah, exactly.
That seems to be a trend. It seems to be a trend in other games too.
Don't die.
Yeah, just don't die.
Just play the game.
And since when is it not a capability to mute chat and mute a toxic player on your squad? I mean, it's two clicks.
Been around.
It's done.
It's
gone.
around.
Yeah.
And don't press tab if you don't want to see how many deaths you have.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Don't press tab.
If you can't take how many times you've died in a game that's built around how many times you die, essentially, then don't play that game. Like, maybe that game's not for you. This game is not like there's so many games out there.
Exactly. So so we talked about the delay, and that's not good for the Battlefield franchise. So we're just gonna have to wait for all that to come out. But I want to maybe get your thoughts a little bit, maybe speculate a little bit about Season 1 itself. Like, because they have to release it, right? They didn't say when, but they had to release it at some point. What are they going to put in this? Like, one map? Are we getting that one map, two maps? What are you guys thinking here? Like, a specialist? Like, I want to hear what you guys think about Season 1 and what they're actually going to do.
The bare minimums. The bare minimums.
I don't know. There's a copium route, and there's also a
hopium and a copium.
Yeah,
I honestly don't think it's changing. It's not going to change the game. I think we're just going to get one specialist, like they've already said, because we're going to get 4 for the year. We'll probably get one extraordinarily large map, and then they'll get one half the size of that map, and that'll be like, that's your infantry map. And they've already stated that they don't know how many guns are even going to be in it yet.
No, they do
not. We're probably only get like maybe 2 primaries, 1 secondary, and then probably 2 or 3 for the portal mode. So it's like the game's going to be fucking playable for one day. You're going to unlock everything within 3 hours of playing the game, and you're going to be done with it.
So even with the delay, you still think they're going to do bare minimum?
I don't think they're going to do anything into it. No, I think they're still working on Season 1 now for what they promised us straight away, which is the one map, the 2 maps or something, and then
that's wild.
Yeah, I think it's the delays. It's the delays from work that's killing them right now. I think they're just so far behind schedule. And I think the performance issues have hit them in the face pretty hard. And they're trying to figure out a way to get the game to work properly so that people can't, so people don't have the mouse input issue. They don't have the low FPS issue. They don't have the hit detection issues. And I think maybe in addition to what they've already announced, they might actually come out with maybe another mode in Portal, say something like maybe Frontlines, because a lot of people have been asking for that.
Sounds easy.
Yeah, yeah, sounds easy.
Can I
gotta remember who we're working with?
Going for a soft
ahead,
relaunch.
Junda.
Like actually, happening.
It's like what we've been talking about. Like, how hard is it to add the weapons into 2042 from Portal? Like, what? That's more content, right? Like, you're making more weapons, because I'm tired of using the same 4 generated weapons that are just like in the game. I want to play with the M416, but I have to go to Portal to go play with it. I can't play it in AW or AOW. So that's my frustration right there. It makes a lot of sense to just drag all the weapons, because there's quite an extensive amount. And it's just like weird to me how that it's Battlefield. Fucking bring me all the weapons, you know? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, and 19 vehicles that we discussed on the trivia in BF3 alone. I mean,
I still can't believe there are more base vehicles in the game than weapons. That's just that yeah. Nice. Good one, Dice.
I feel like all the delays and stuff and like silence almost started after Vince got hired, no? Like, I feel like the big copium answer is that they're trying to like relaunch the game with season 1.
Stop things. Remember how like they had all these people come up.
They had these scheduled tweets.
They did not stop things. Yeah. I would have thought they would have stopped the schedules tweets, the zombie mode that came out that was completely cringe and
zombie mode.
Super ironic, Like,
those tweets didn't help any situation at all, man. Like, we're waiting for bloody updates and them to come out and say something, and we're getting videos of how to play Breakthrough. Like, they didn't help anybody. They should have been stopped. Like, as soon as they wanted to be quiet, they stopped. But Silk's right. Like, all communication stopped when they announced Vince was coming over. I doubt one person is going to be able to change the entire success of this game and turn it around.
I don't know what happened between the holiday before and after, though, right? Because they were actually releasing heaps of updates.
Dude, they were. It was like once a week. It was every Thursday. They were coming out. They had a massive patch with over 150 useless fixes, but it was 150 fixes. And then it just went blank. Nothing. It's like Christmas time, fucking full on turkey or whatever. And then they come back and then it's still nothing. And then we get one update and it's a piss poor take of an update. It was like 5 fixes in it.
Yeah.
And then now it's another 4 weeks, maybe 5 weeks before we even get the next one in March, because February is an empty month for us.
Yeah.
And then after that, you got to wait until fucking July. Like, it's...
Well, after March, there's got to be more. There has to be more.
Yeah. The wait is agonizing for a lot of people, too, because, I mean, I was watching some streams of people can't even play. Is there, like, an issue with the connecting to specific servers and you just crash out of them? I've been hearing that a lot. What's up? Have you guys that are still playing experienced that?
Well, now it's just people can't even play the game consistently without crashing out repeatedly.
Yeah, a lot.
And that was just after this patch.
They live fixed
that
was
exactly. The most recent.
It was like a whole week and a half of like just crashing on 128 like consistently. Like,
they did that too many times, man.
Didn't they have to remove a map for console as well? Wasn't it like
it was removed.
Yeah, they just brought it back. Damn, that's
they
like
had the
time.
no mouse input bug where you couldn't move horizontally.
I think that was back in January. They had figured that out. Like maybe the second week of January, like the renewal was bugging in like 128, and then now they just finally bring it back. Like, holy shit!
Yeah.
I want to touch on what Silk just said about the mouse input thing, because we did get that fix, quote fix, where it bugged the mouse where you had to like go through your own game files. But they keep saying that they fixed it, but mouse input's still bugged and it's still shit and it doesn't work properly, and they haven't mentioned it at all in the recent tweets or updates.
I'd like follow up. Come back to me on this one. I actually
even like the one dev, I think it's like Florian, that like he mentioned
acknowledged it.
But he acknowledged that it was a problem, and then
they honestly don't know how to fix it. I don't think they do. I don't think they know how to fix it, to be honest with you.
Well, could they at least say that they don't know how to fix it? Like, there's no communication on that front either. Like if you made a problem like that, at least say, "Oh, we don't know how to fix." Like,
Actually, I talked to Florian about this, and basically mouse input is either rendered on like the game simulation or the render simulation. So if it's on the game simulation, then I believe it's tied to tick rate, and that makes it consistent. And if you tie it to the render simulation, that means it's tied to frame rates and stuff like that.
Yep.
So because of the poor frame rates and performance of the game, that's what makes the mouse input feel bugged. If you play the game on a consistent, locked, 100% of the same time frame rate, it won't feel bugged at all. So they have to move it over to the game simulation, and then it'll be a consistent 60 hertz or whatever the tick rate is.
Isn't the tick? Didn't they
45,
come out and say the
45,
tick rate
whatever.
was really low?
Yeah, whatever. As long as
40
you keep it
something hertz.
consistent, as long as you tie it to the game simulation, then it's actually fixed. I don't know why they've tied it to like frame rates, kind of, especially with the memory leak, as Cherry just said in the chat, like all that kind of stuff. Basically, the mouse input is tied to your performance, so it's a pay to win game.
That makes sense why it feels better in smaller game modes. As
Yes.
well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, it's all tied together.
Mhm.
Maybe they were thinking with the NVIDIA, well, I can't even remember. What do they call it? That's supposed to reduce your latency.
Yeah,
I believe
low
some games
latency,
have done it
right?
like this before. I think PUBG may have had it on render simulation at the start of the game, and that's why that game felt so shit as well.
Reflex?
Were older Battlefields like that
Yeah,
though? Like,
reflex.
No, they weren't all like that. BF4 was not. I don't know about the others, but
Dude, BF4 runs
something like that. Something like that.
It runs like
'Cause-
so good.
Yeah, I mean, I was playing Counter-Strike and BF4. Like, you get 1,000 FPS on both of those games easily. But you go to
Crazy.
this game and I have 150, 170 max.
Still
God,
I
pretty
get like
good.
it must be
50
nice.
King
FPS.
Downey definitely doesn't get that. I've been on his streams a few
Nah,
times.
yeah, no. I mean,
Yeah,
I
there's that
turn on my
Rambo
stream and I
clocking.
lose like 30, 40 frames
Yeah.
instantly. I'm
Yeah,
like
and then
peaking at,
streaming,
like
yeah.
70 or 80. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
streaming
lucky
has
if I
been
can
the
get
biggest-
90.
30, 80, and I still get like 70 to 100. Absolutely dog shit.
Yeah, that's really bad. I hear that a lot. But okay, so that's the season 1 thought. You guys really think it's you remember BF5 and their live service, like the Tides of War, where they just release kind of like a Call of Duty-esque lineup where you just kind of level up through it? Do you think that's going to be the same for like the Battle Pass?
Yes, that's what they did to
it'll be
BF5.
very
It'll be the
similar.
same.
So like
Yep.
you get the guns in the beginning, then all the green
Cosmetics later.
green skins and whatnot later.
I wonder how many tiers the Battle Pass is gonna have, because you're gonna have like, if you say it's 100
Yeah.
tiers, you're gonna have like 75 voice lines.
Or
Oh, no.
takedowns,
Stop.
or
Stop.
charms.
Stop. I don't even want to guess the fucking
There's gonna be a
new
fuck
cringe
ton of
line.
charms, Junda. Better watch out.
Right?
They're releasing them like hotcakes right now.
Here's the
Oh,
best part
charm.
about the charms thing. Like, why can't they just? I'm thinking over my head, but why can't they just like bring out like content creator charms? You know, like I think
That'd be
PUBG did
heat,
that.
dude.
Yeah, that'd
That'd
be
be
Yeah, of
so
course,
good.
right?
A
Because you
bogus
could
charm.
you could fucking know who like the person is, you know? But
Man,
I don't know. It's
Got
just
some charms, you know.
Bro, they gave us
none of us are getting it.
like a walnut as a charm.
That's the first
Yeah,
one.
got
I
a
know.
gnome.
Yeah,
Walnut,
We have a
bro.
gnome, bro. We have a
what is
gnome,
this? A
bro.
gnome thing?
No. Holy, where did that come from? Like,
like
oh,
some sort of-
Battlefield 5.
from
Battlefield 5, the
Battlefield
gnome.
5.
Yeah, the gnome.
The Firestorm.
Oh,
Yeah.
but I get the gnome. Yeah, I get the gnome because they had it like hidden
Yeah.
around in Battlefield, and when you
Yeah.
hit it, like its eyes turn red and follow you around and shit. That's kind of funny, right? What is up with the? It's like a Da Vinci thing, right? Is that what? Yeah, Brother Steve. Yeah. What the heck? That's what I hope for. The charms would be more, Battlefield oriented, like the Bad Company charm on the
Yeah,
grenade.
the grenade with the smiley
Yeah.
face.
How is that not
Yeah.
like? That's what you release on launch, bro. What are you doing? What does Acorn have to do with Battlefield or a can
Yeah.
opener? Like, what did you just get this from
Bro,
the
that
bin?
fucking bottle opener that we got.
Fucking bottle
Fucking hell, bro.
the long neck.
Yeah, I never understood that. Or like the Battlefield 4 logo, or the Battlefield 3 logo, or 1942
It's-
stuff.
Or like the
Come
animated
on, this
player
ain't-
cards, like crazy.
It honestly
Ooh.
feels like they went to like one of those 3D printing websites that you can just download the picture that you want already in a 3D image, and then they've just converted it over to the game.
Yep.
They've just got like a list of like 100 of them, and they don't know what's
Just
coming next.
copy paste. Yeah.
Well, they have that
I mean, when you
scanner,
put 'em in
that
the game,
3D
it
scanner.
says underscore
Beam
placeholder for
scanner.
half of them when they put
Beam
it in.
Yeah, they got the beam scanner, like, you know, and they can go to the thrifty store and buy a whole bunch of charms and pins and scan them in the machine, throw them on a gun. Like, probably costs like 50K, you know, to do something like, I don't know, whatever. But
The beam scanner.
beam scanner.
Beans.
Okay.
I want to say something, Julian. I
Yeah,
don't
go
mean to
for it.
backtrack with it, but
No, let's.
somebody in chat brought this up along with when we were talking about like the mouse input stuff and just the.
Sure.
I didn't know that. I mean, it makes perfect sense that performance is tied to how good your mouse works, because I've noticed that in the 64-player lobbies, it just feels overall more smooth with the mouse input. But one of the things I think that they really need to do is, so maybe you know if this is a thing, is actions per minute affected by your frames and your
I feel like
performance? Because
it affects input delay somehow.
Yeah.
I feel like it
I
does
didn't
too.
know.
Like when I'm in spicy situations, I'm trying to throw a beacon down, doesn't happen. Just, I mean, and
Yeah,
the
the
already
game
has
the game actually
horrendous
starts to.
actions per minute.
Oh yeah.
We
So-
saw that with the Jack Frags video ages ago when you do a lot of actions and get a lot of things going at once to hit reg breaks and stuff like that. And I think a lot of the game features break when you have a lot of stuff going on.
But have you guys had that one where like you're doing a lot of things and then your game will just randomly throw a grenade?
Oh,
No, I
I've
haven't.
never had that.
The
I've had another one
amount
where-
of times that I threw a proxy nade in the middle of shooting somebody.
Huh, could be key
I've done
binding
the
bug.
opposite too.
Somebody
I-
said
I've-
that was happening, and they had to delete all their binds. Like that was the solution.
Delete the my
Yeah.
documents folder. It
Delete-
seems to
delete-
solve every
yeah,
problem.
literally, yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Delete the
Yeah,
game.
clear out your profile.
we're all gonna start the game again and see like everything's reset just because we're like all
That's happened to me.
I've heard
Yeah.
it's been doing that. It like just resets it like every week or something.
Yeah, a lot of
What
people's
the-
stuff
I
getting
haven't had
reset.
that.
Focus. How many times have you had to reset all your vehicle things?
It's like every time they have a hot fix or like literally anything they do to the game, everything gets reset, and I love it.
I'm backing up my prop save right now.
yeah.
I literally just backed that up.
Yeah.
Yeah, people in the
Well,
chat
awful.
have been asking like, what if they add NFTs?
Okay,
Say
dude.
it's
Like
a
EA,
ban that
EA
guy.
starts doing that.
Can we ban that guy?
guy?
Ban him, please.
Yeah, please
Yeah.
get him out.
NFT
Stop.
equals block. I see anyone with the hexagon profile picture. I don't care who you are. It's a block.
See ya.
Dude, yeah, I hope EA hasn't said anything about NFTs. Only it was like Ubisoft and shit, right? And
Yeah.
Was it-
Valve, I think.
was it Valve? Anyway, there's a lot of gaming companies out there that are trying to put this in, and man, I mean, it almost looks like 2042 is kind of built for it, really. Especially all these JPEG player cards. Like, look out! I hope not. I don't know what you guys. It's a no from everybody, right? Like, you wouldn't like that, right?
Absolutely
Yeah,
not.
no.
Yeah.
Yes.
Not really good for gaming. Okay, well, anyway, it's 2 hours in and some change, so let's start closing up here pretty soon. So of course we got some information about the Battlefield universe, like they literally mentioned it, and EA and DICE seem to be maybe not all in, but they still want Battlefield to be a thing. Like in the earnings call, they didn't say like, well, they didn't mention 2042 that much, let's be honest, but they didn't say like, we're going to stop, supporting Battlefield. And that they're committed. The word comes up a lot. They're committed to Battlefield. They said this already for some other games like Anthem. I remember them saying that they're committed to Anthem and making that, fixing all that. Do you think,
Yeah, that went well.
yeah, do you
Yeah.
think Battlefield is going to be the new Anthem? Because there's a lot of people talking about that right now.
I
think
wouldn't
absolutely.
be surprised at this point, honestly.
I mean, we know that it's less than like what was it, less than 10% of EA's income. Like they make fuck you money with Madden and FIFA, and they losing Battlefield would be a drop in the bucket to them, I think. And with this
10%
flop right
of
now-
billions is still a lot of money.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I
definitely-
It is a lot of money, regardless.
yeah, that's definitely not money. Like, what was it, 7 to 9 million? I think Tom Henderson said was sold, like copies sold of
For
Battlefield, like
sales,
that's
yeah.
that's still a lot, you know. But I'm not saying Battlefield's gonna die because of how much. I'm just saying EA might possibly sell it off to a different publisher then if they don't want to deal with that anymore because they've probably lost a lot with how DICE is handling it and how like the refunds and things like that. I might be surprised if there was a million refunds, you know.
That'd be nuts.
I think there'd be more than a million.
Looks like
it was yeah, it's stupid amounts, but I don't think it'll turn into another Anthem because Battlefield's always got the hardcore fan base that'll play anything.
True.
Yeah, it's not a new IP. True.
Yeah, but it's I don't think it'll ever be one of those games that's at the top of the reigns ever again. They'd have to do something very special with the next one. But even that next one might not come for another 3 to 4 years, and who knows if any of us will even be playing a game. It'll be like a new reign of people that are playing games at that point.
Oh, it already feels like it too. People are just coming in because they're curious.
It wouldn't surprise me if they're already planning the next game.
Oh, 100%, they probably are. Yeah. But imagine being one of like the younger generations, like some of us older ones, like older boys, we played Battlefield 2, 1942, Bad Company and everything else like that. Imagine being like a new starter and getting into video games and the game that you're playing for Battlefield is 2042.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to turn you off for years to come.
Yeah, every single person here is only here because of their past good experiences with Battlefield. Probably BF4. BF4 would be the last one for a lot of us. Maybe some BF1s in there, but no one is going to have that Battlefield game to keep them hanging on for like a future one. There hasn't been one that would keep you captivated for a long time. Everyone's still clinging on from BF4, in my opinion.
Yep.
They just tried too much new stuff. That's what it is. They tried to bring in the specialists and appeal to the audience that, hey, this is kind of a hero shooter where we have all these different heroes. It's like, it just doesn't work. It doesn't work for this. But they went that route, and then they tried all the other stuff on top of it, and so we're at where we're at now. And so they just have to keep with it, you know?
I do think that they can't kill off the game, though, because I think if they... I remember Enders had this take, and it's pretty much the same take I had. Like, if they cut support to 2042 and kill it off, that's probably Battlefield in the bin, to be honest. Like, they have to be able to show that they can pull these games around. Otherwise, I don't think it'll be as forgiven next time. Like, to the point where I don't think they can afford to make another one. Like, they have to be able to show that they can bring it back.
If they don't bring it back, this will probably be the first Battlefield that they don't, because every other one's kind of had bad, and then they bring it back. But they've always had a team to bring that back.
Yeah, where's the talent now? It's not a DICE anymore.
Yeah, the talent's all left.
Yeah, and with the getting more talent from Star Wars and the other games that they canceled for this game, I was hoping maybe this young talent might be actually good, but it doesn't look like. I mean, and with the pandemic, of course, it didn't help. So maybe the inexperience just with the Frostbite engine, probably. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Well,
I would say
a new engine too, on top of all of this, right? It's like it's Frostbite 5, right? Or the newest iteration of it. Yeah. So
there was it's even lower end, to be honest. Like, I think there's a lot of good developers at DICE, and people. I've talked to like a few developers, and a lot of them actually seem to know what they're doing. It's the fact that at the top of DICE, I think there's like a lot of nepotism, and it's more about who you know and who you're friends with, and how long you've been there, rather than your actual merit, talent, and all that stuff.
Yeah,
What
do you think, Pun?
I was going to say, I wish they would crap can Frostbite, to be honest with you.
I was about to say the same thing. I think it's time for a new engine.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah. Go with something like, go with the latest Unreal engine or something that everybody knows. Everybody in the world is using Unreal. Take that engine and freaking design a new Battlefield with it.
Yep.
I think BF on Unreal would be pretty cool.
We definitely have a lot less bugs too. That's one thing about Frostbite. It is constantly buggy, and it's the same bugs throughout every single Battlefield. Like, you've got bugs from BF5 in this, you've got bugs from BF4 in it, and they never change it. They never update it.
Yeah. What do you guys think about Respawn taking over an FPS game?
That's sick.
Was it Star Wars? It's Star Wars FPS game, right? I think that's what they said.
Yeah, the next Star Wars.
Yeah.
Well, you just have to wait. I mean, they did Apex, so I think I just heard like the Apex movement just got nerfed the other day. Players, but like that kind of movement thing, I think will play into a Star Wars game quite well. given how like that universe is kind of set up with like jetpacks and stuff like that. So it's just wait and see at this point. But
Hey, Buzz, did you hear about that? The X development team from DICE has their new studio, and they're making this game called Arc Raiders. Did you hear about that?
I have, yes.
I am
So
so excited for that game.
yeah, really? Okay, so yeah, what do you guys think about that, Buzz? What do you think about Arc Raiders? Did you see the trailer and stuff?
I saw it a little bit. Yeah, I mean, it definitely looks interested. I mean, I was in communication with DICE a long time ago. I haven't been recently since about BF5 on, but when I saw all of those 10, 15, 20-year employees at DICE leaving the company, that starts to ring in your ears. Something's going on in that environment because these are men and women that were ultra passionate about what they created. A case in point, and you can look at all the social posts by him or whatever. What was it? Patrick Bach,
Yeah, the producer guy. Yeah.
right? I mean, look what he was on, and look what he did. BF3, BF4, and BF1, right? So artists like to stay involved, and all of a sudden he just comes out and says, "Listen, I'm leaving DICE as a head of DICE. I'm leaving DICE to go spend more time with my family," which is a totally legitimate excuse, but that also rings to you something's going on behind the scenes where he's just tired of fighting. Okay, so we saw this happening with DICE. And they had the hard data. I commented on this in one of my videos. They knew what would happen if they tried to do a seismic shift with a Battlefield game, because they tried it with Hardline, okay, and then they tried it again with BF5, and they knew what would happen. It would polarize the community, and instead of taking that and slowly trying to, like I said in one of the video uploads, try it out with Hazard Zone, maybe Hazard Zone Specialist, and then we get like all out warfare was real. They just decided to just go full all in with this, and it blew up in their face. I mean, going back to that question, where is Battlefield 2042? It's canned, man. It's canned, and I'm the biggest Battlefield fan. I rival anyone in chat, anyone on the stream. I love this series, but I look at this game, and I just don't see anything they can really hold on to besides Portal.
Yeah.
And Portal's great because Portal is old Battlefield.
Yeah,
But I can go
freedom.
get a much better BF3 experience just playing real BF3.
Yeah.
Or during BF4, I can go play BF4, which is a really well functioning game, and the servers are popping right now because people are back on that game. Where's 2042 go? I think it's done. I think they're gonna push out their seasons as fast as they can, and then just give us the BF5 treatment and say we're gone. And I don't know. Maybe it needs to just go up straight up on a dumpster fire and start over. Maybe it needs to be sold, to another frame, another studio or somebody that can really put their heart and soul into it, because BF Bad Company 2, that was heart and soul, man. Battlefield 3, heart and soul. 4, heart and soul. 1, heart and soul. You could tell the love and care that were in those games, and from that point on, when Patrick Bach left, I just haven't seen it. I haven't seen that studio really be able to consistently do it. So, I mean, I'm not trying to be the bringer of bad news, but I don't see 2042 continuing. They're gonna give you contractually what they have to for like the gold and ultimate editions, and then they're just gonna say we're out. That's where Battlefield 2042 is.
I agree.
Okay.
I think we all agree in here for that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yep.
All right.
At that point, 128 player servers will be 127 bots, and one person was able to get into the lobby.
Hey, there'll still be somebody streaming it too.
Yeah.
That'll only be me.
There
It'll
you
probably
go.
be me.
All right, let's do
Yeah.
some closing thoughts here. Buzz, if that was your closing thoughts about it, then we can move on. But thank you again for being here. But yeah, I'll give you a last word here, Buzz, and we'll go through everybody here about the Battlefield franchise. Is this the end game? I know you guys may have answered this question already, but it's part of the theme here in the Battlefield show. Part 2 of Endgame. Is this it? Let's start with you, Buzz.
Is Battlefield done? No, Battlefield's not done. because I don't think Battlefield is tied to any one game. Battlefield is it's a core ethos. It's an alternative to the FPS shooter. It's not full on realistic sim, but it's got a lot of realistic sim qualities to it. And I think if Ripple Effect or some other studio or whatever it is, if EA would sell it or something like that, it's not like they don't know how to make a great game, because all they've got to do is look into the past, and they can draw from those experiences, and they can bring us a fabulous first person shooter experience that just, they can mimic those old style games, those games that when you're done playing them, man, you're literally, your heart is racing, your pulse is pounding, and you're like, oh my God, because everything was just straight on popping. I think they can do it, but it won't be with this game. There's nothing that I can really point at with 2042 and say, yeah, we can build on that. But is there a future for the franchise? I think there'll always be a future for the franchise. I mean, Battlefield is Battlefield, man. There's very little out there that could really compete up for it for overall breadth. You can get like Hell Let Loose and some other games that can kind of give you that, a little bit of that experience, but I don't think there's anything that's ever been or can compete when Battlefield is straight up popping like Battlefield 4. I don't think there's anything really out there that I could put up against Battlefield 4 and say that game is better than BF4. So
Gotcha.
There's a future. It's just not with this crew, and it's not with this game.
All right, Chicken, closing thoughts. Endgame.
Yeah, I mean, it's Endgame for 2042. Like I've stated already, I don't think season 1, 2, 3, or 4 is going to bring players back to a degree of having a player base. I think we'll all come back just to test out the seasons, and then that'll be it. Like, we'll play it for a week, if that, then we'll go back to doing whatever we're doing. And for somebody who's created content on it for basically the whole time I've made content for now, it's a bit of a slap in the face and a bit of a dark alley for myself and a lot of other BF boys that are trying to do other things at the moment, because Battlefield's just not it. None of us want to do what we did with BFE and guard the gates for the next 2 years, hoping that something else comes. I'd like to see DICE just cough up the money and pay all the boys that worked on the older Battlefields and have the old team back for one last run. See how that goes. They've edged themselves up. We've had 2042 now. I'd like to see that we all wanted the modern shooter and they failed it miserably. I'd like to see them come back with a 2143, give us jetpacks, futuristic vibes. Just go all out with the next one. The cringier, the better. And then people might love it. And if they hate it, well, then that's probably endgame for the franchise. But I don't know. I don't think it's the end for Battlefield. Like Buzz was saying, there's always going to be a thing for it. I just don't think it's in DICE's hands after this one. I think it should be moved on to a different studio and a different engine.
Agreed on both.
Yeah. Focus. What do you think, man?
I definitely agree. Battlefield is gonna live on after this, but as for the game currently, I don't think it'll ever reach our expectations for what we want. And if it does, it's going to be a damn long time. But there's always a future. But I think the next title is definitely going to be important, because if they do something like this again with the next title, I don't see them having the same support that they will again. But we're here for the grind, I guess. It was good.
Thank you, Focus. Mike, what do you think, man?
Yeah, I think the guys on this panel that went before me said, well, I think this is the end game for 2042. I do believe there will be another Battlefield game. I don't know if it's going to be, well, I don't know if it's going to be DICE as the developer. I don't know if it's going to be EA as the publisher. I don't think the franchise is dead yet. Can it be revived if the next game is good? Possibly. I don't think it's I still think it has a chance of staying really low in the numbers, even if they did release a good game, just because the poor reputation of that 2042 is just like put a stain on the franchise, I feel. I also don't think going free to play on 2042 is like in any of the game modes is going to do much. I think people, like the people that didn't buy the game or the people that refunded it, are just going to be come back and be like, let's just see how dog shit this is now, kind of deal. Now that we can play without having to buy it and then not play it again.
Yeah, I forgot about the free to play thing, Mike. Damn. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I agree.
Yeah, like so I guess that's just my closing thoughts. 2042 is pretty dead right now, and I don't think it's coming back. I don't think the competitive scene of it has much hope either. So we'll see what happens in the next one.
Thanks, Mike. Silk, closing thoughts.
Yeah, I honestly don't know. Like, I don't really think it's necessarily the end of 2042. Like, it's going to be really fucking rough until season 1. And at that point, I think DICE knows that they have to bring the game back on track. Otherwise, it is endgame for the franchise, full stop. So I don't think the game is not a Battlefield game. I mean, all Battlefield really defines is just all-out warfare, i.e. infantry vehicles, big maps, and flags. That's all that really defines Battlefield, and the game does have that stuff. And I think if it were released in this state right now, would be in a much better place. I mean, look at the state of the game that it released in. You could use about 2 guns, SVK and PP29. The game literally did not work. I think if the game released right now, it would have been in a much better state. And I think by the time that Season 1 comes around, that'll be the deciding point for the game. It will never get back to the same heights that it released in. There's no way. It won't hit 100k players again. But
yeah,
it can definitely make a slight, maybe 20 to 30% recovery.
I agree.
Gotcha. Smurf? Closing?
Is it the end game for 2042? I think, kind of like agree with Silk said, like season 1 will be the deciding thing whether or not it will be the end, I think. If season 1 knocks it out of the park, sure, maybe it's got a chance to eventually come back. But if it doesn't, I think it's chalked. Is this the end of Battlefield as we know it also? Maybe. Because this is seeing like the hero shooter stuff. Maybe. I mean, they might see, that people loved classes so much, and they might go back to that, but who knows? It's DICE at this point. So, yep. They got Battlefield in their hands now.
Yeah, they do. Hopefully they got some Avengers on their team over there at DICE. We'll have to see. We'll need them, right? Downing, what do you think? Closing thoughts here?
Yeah, Julian, I think we just need to see some big changes. I've seen some stuff on Twitter from some people talking big and saying that, I've been studying for this, I've been watching this. I've seen a couple guys tweet about that are now with the company. I guess they weren't really before. I'm not too familiar on their history with the company exactly, but DICE talked a big game, right? They promised us a lot here, and they had this level of transparency and communication that I think attracted a lot of people. And after Christmas and onto the new year, we just really haven't gotten that back. And so I think for the game to survive, it's gonna need that communication back. We're gonna need the transparency from the people that are in charge and like, okay, what is actually going on? And I mean, if they actually put in opacity sliders and fix the input and fix the optimization, like those big glaring issues, I think they can bring the game back a little bit. It's like the people before me said, never going to be back to the peak numbers that it was at, in my opinion, just because they botched it so hard that some people just are just going to refuse to play, even if it does get better, because of the fact that, wow, like I just had such a bad experience with that some people are never going to come back. So I have some hope for it. I think maybe the season release will be big and it'll help bring some attraction back to the game, but it needs to be more than just cosmetics. It needs to be like actual hard fixes, and the prioritization of those fixes really is going to say a lot, right? Like we're going to see some fixes soon, but what they actually prioritize is going to say a lot about where the company is at as a whole and how much interest they actually care, how much interest they actually have in caring about the game, and also how in touch they are with their player base. So I think if these people that are talking big actually come in here with the big guns, carry a big stick, actually go about doing it the right way, it might trend the game in a better direction, but it's going to be obvious pretty soon. I mean, whatever fixes they do bring with the beginning of season 1, it's going to say a lot with where they're at with it. So I have hope for the game. It's It's one of those things where you can't really say which way it's going to go because we were already told, hey, we're delaying the game. Hey, we're delaying the release of this. And now we're delaying big updates. We're delaying a scoreboard. So there's only so many times you can cry wolf before people are just going to say, that's it. I'm done. So they're getting down to their last few times and they really need to come out with some big updates. They need to be transparent. They need to communicate because that's how this works. So we'll see. We'll see. We'll see very soon. It'll speak volumes on what they prioritize with what they actually fix here.
Yeah, for sure. Reputation goes a long way. I mean, especially with Battlefield 5 and that, and now this. Whew. Even chickens having like chickens figuring it out right there. Junda, my friend. Thank you, King. Junda, hey, I mean, you're gonna keep playing. You said you're gonna keep chugging along, Mr. Avenger, man. Is this it?
Like I will say, I definitely agree. Like this is definitely the last and final finale of 2042 if shit goes south. And here's something I noticed in one of the tweets, like about communicating with the EA content creator network. Where's my part, right? I've been streaming and caring about the community for at least 4+5 years now, and I haven't been recognized once by DICE that actually seems to be caring about the community more than anybody of the EA content creator network that I've ever seen. I'm just going to point that out there. I want to be part and like understand and talk to people who want this franchise to be saved. I'm tired of being like the only, or I know I'm not the only one, but it's just like I know my voice isn't being heard by any of these people because I'm just like the little 0.00001% that just like actually cares about seeing something done with this game. So that being said, I have like so much little hope left that DICE actually comes and delivers what we're expected to see from a Battlefield title that I've been and many of other players have been waiting for 3 years after the release of Battlefield 5. And it's just like a big punch to the face because this isn't what we expected, and I didn't expect it either. So like the hype was there, of course, but it wasn't the hype that we deserve as a community. So like, and that's pretty much what it comes down to.
Yeah, I know. I mean, a lot of you guys said it hit you personally, like what Buzz said and Junda. Like that's a big thing. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to do this Endgame show is to really focus on that. You know, to get it really, including focus. You know, to really give the center stage to people's feelings. Like people love this series like a lot, and to see it wither away and like negative, like overwhelming negative reviews on Steam, like that doesn't help. Like meeting new friends, building a community. Yeah, you got Thurston over here on Twitter every day talking about where the fuck are platoons.
No.
And you know, like people still care about this stuff. So I hear you, Junda, and we'll see. Let's just hope that it comes around. Pun, closing thoughts on this whole Battlefield fiasco here.
Yeah, I was just cruising through the EA content creator Discord for the communications that I haven't seen yet.
Absolutely golden.
So I think this is what's going to happen. I think all hands are on deck right now to get season 1 out and to get the game polished and hopefully put out something that is playable and that some of the people that are left can enjoy. I think the content creators will come back to make their news videos and their content videos, and then when they're done with that, they're going to go back to playing COD Warzone. And I think if season 1 is taken badly by the community at large, then I think the game is over as far as that goes. I think that EA will cut ties with the game. But do I think that Battlefield as a franchise is done? No, I don't think so. And here's what I think. And we'll go back for a little history lesson. So Battlefield 4 released, DICE Sweden designed the game. It released like crap. The game was broken for a year. who fixed the game? Dice LA. Dice LA is now Ripple Effect. A lot of the developers that were in Dice LA that were working on BF4, working on Hardline in conjunction with Visceral, and working on BF1 and BF5 for that matter, always fixing what Sweden screwed up, is still there. I do believe that EA will give Ripple Effect the keys to the Battlefield franchise, and I think that they will get their shot at making their own game. And what I'm hoping it will be is that it will be a Bad Company 3 spawn off with a theme coming off of BF4's Final Stand DLC, where they bring it into the future, where they build off of a group of the guys in Bad Company 3 that were playing, coming off of these new vehicles that were being developed. That brings us into something like 2142 or 2143, whatever you want to call it, to give us that future game in a couple of years, because they have said they're invested in the universe of Battlefield, and I don't see anywhere that can go but within that timeline. So I think that would be a neat way to be able to do that, is for them to get their own get keys to the franchise. Take a game that a lot of people have been wanting for a long time. They've been wanting at Bad Company 3. Use that storyline that they've built with those characters that were kind of cheeky. Use that storyline everybody loved and bring that into the future.
Yeah, I got you. 100% agree, Pun. Thank you so much. For my closing thoughts here, the Battlefield show, I said in the last one that I'd probably be my last one for a long time, and then maybe pick it up for season 1. But the last episode and this one too, they really changed my whole kind of perspective on looking at things, and I really want to continue. I kind of want to do a part 3. Because there's a lot of people out there that still want to talk about this game. And so it won't be next weekend or anything because the Super Bowl, and I'm not going to miss the Super Bowl. So maybe a few weeks afterwards, we'll see what's going on for the Battlefield show. But I don't think it's the end of the Battlefield show. I don't think so at all. And I just want to thank you guys, chat, especially. Thank you guys for coming along here and interacting with my guests here. Thank you guys for coming by. Buzz, Chicken, Focus, Mike, Silk, Smurf, King, thank you, man. Junda and Pun, I appreciate you guys for coming on the Endgame Part 2 of this Battlefield show podcast. I appreciate you guys so much. And so it's not going to be the end of the Battlefield show. It's just going to be on a little hiatus, till after the Super Bowl, and maybe you might get something juicy coming on down the line from the developers for any updates. I mean, I'm definitely not going to do a fucking show on a scoreboard update. I'll tell you that much right now. All right.
I think you'd be waiting till June.
Yeah. Jesus.
I think it's real good that you do these, man. Like, I appreciate being on them. I can't wait to see you all in 5 months with the Battlefield show Endgame 7.8, where they delay season 1 for another, I don't know, till fucking winter.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay,
everybody. Yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed the trivia. I hope it wasn't too difficult. Well, maybe it was way more difficult than the last one, but
I know our questions
crazy.
were difficult. Like, I've never understood like
Yeah,
the composer of an artist of like the music soundtracks. Like, what?
That question was something else, man.
Hey, Junda, Junda wants to be on the EA Creator Network, bro. You need to know these things. All right, fucking step out.
I will.
Trust me, you're not missing out on anything, man. You're not missing out on anything.
I'm sure, but
they don't listen anyway, bro.
They definitely do not.
No.
Junda, just remember that the two composers were a set of whales and a belt sander. That was the composers.
And there's levels to the network as well. If you're like one of the main dick suckers, you'll get a lot further with it and you'll get more privilege. So I don't think you want it as much as you think you do.
No, I mean, I'm fine. Like, you're probably right, honestly. Just like, let's be honest. Like,
Yeah,
they've already done so much damage to the community. Like, why bother at this point? Even if they
Yeah.
try to get me a position,
They
or,
only want
like,
to hear what they want to hear.
yeah,
I like it, man.
exactly.
I like that you're a
Anything else.
fighter, and you know, I'm there with you, trying to get Battlefield going, man. That's why I do the show. So kind of in the same boat on that. Okay, everybody. I think we're gonna wrap it up there for Endgame Part 2. Thank you so much for being here. We're gonna go raid somebody, so stick around, and yeah, go follow all these wonderful people. Exclamation point
Wait.
guests, and you can check out all their Twitter. What's up?
Can we rate a girl?
Oh, girl, yeah, I've been getting some flack for that lately.
Oh.
Where's the girls for the Battlefield show?
Gotta
Yo,
get the boys in, dude.
I'm looking out. I'm looking out.
Female Battlefield streamers we have.
Hey,
Let's just go straight to the hot tub section.
Hey,
Gotcha.
You got any pics, chicken?
Do I have any pics?
From the hot tub section.
Oh, let me see if my girls
On a
are on.
survey.
Oh, wait,
Okay.
Shooter might be on.
Your girls.
All right. Good night. Good night.